day yare won some edeba yen code no so ya drop ama because ye fa kafa ene anya asem to a weekend no say ye fa bibi na ye de hwe akiri ha it is about oba time say bibi aboko dey
obali bibi finance
good nyame adom so ye pa man you just no abon nice one it's correct one
we new one
okay till latest na buy anu ajibi
say o say dia mi wom dada
Matiase
say no me hwe na me Mr. Newton akasa
okay
na ma say bia on say no say Barcelona fan Barca away just in fa pa
okay
me say jame brand back no so dia tatem
okay
so you Chelsea fan
yeah
if you are Chelsea fan no dos
sao Barca ka plenty it me
David of
new boko there
Capo here sorry
Newton Pitalati video
and Saturday
yes Bibi abe fine Newton no
yani ka weekend ya koja ko me buy kombre bra
na ho me je bia di mo ze we ase anya ho mi o
every Friday o juma man wa cross o
do say wa wie
but kra na wo kombre
2 weekends na na to say load egu akiri pa
Monday anopa no omra no no ho kra juma ne e fa
emu odi o ti o ko aduma na wa hwe apple black as wa bag no ko wi a o change ho say producer dey o share na black na buy nti o wi a o to aso
and every year to train you make that natural na em say ye be to aso ba bia me wona no mo start boy ma matching and you mo boy mi na me ka say and me da na yi you ref nyum no kra ara ho nyum wa matching
nti me say emo den
easy. I quantify yeah. Oh my God.
Ogana uja bizenia. Ajoafo.
So the Obama. Well, family firm kaka, family firm na here right. So our more boy chido mama mention.
About time. Open the ball into your home.
Oh baby,
open jama into your home. Open radio into ni. Open Jesse into ni. Shabo into ni. I need to into ni.
Yankwe.
Is it with Jenna? Haxa mixture and capsules. I can't be a digimedian and straight to the bro Kojak. Farmer among answer I can't be a Tabia, Herbal Company Industries, answer can't be Charistic Company Limited, Woman and Zahara Abba, Gentleman Dental Clinic Limited. Masa, only the as well on Monocon, my conference with Show Crano, I don't know what Dinticono show at some 4 bar on a dark bar Herbal Hospital. Woman answer 3 can't be OPK, Dynamic Enterprise, a Philosophy Beverages Company Limited, as OD4 Samuel Prayer and Counseling Center, Power Specialist Herbal Hospital, Yamame Doctor Akosia Diaya, Sansla Emulate Herbal Supplement, and no, I say Midima Herbal Center, Corner Doctor, and for time, and so intimate and toso, Kiwo 41 Garisho, Kimex no Ewo Jasu Konumbi, Nabidians intimate and Yakama, Bus Brain Publication Limited, Open the books now, and I'm transferring about bet to a bet influencer. I say Amuzi about clinic, Sanso, and our channel says Samens Herbal, and I'm Samens Vital, Herbal Mixture, and capsules Ewo Jaso, Sansta High Sense, Ekahobi, Solak Natural Clinic, Ekaho, a Fekua Mixture, and a Fekua Plus Mixture, and I'm transferred to a just now for Alaska Star Enterprise, Omadama, and a pair transfer the Saturday's edition of Wontumi Sports, Ebra Yetifo.
Whoa, Meda Sinemo, Dr. Amuzu, and I say, Yamfa Amuzu P, question of the day, no Emronti, Sauti, Minetta, na o problem, or bow, your bema, na umema sem, our form, or your bar, nafi, unso, unshade, Hunyama, you are him, Fiwa, Ube here, Amuzu P, Nafi, you so, and Kabi was your answer, rushes be a good command, so your bar, na, and Yaman Koye, or your bema, Yaman Koye, and command, so the Mike, Wahu, Nina, Winya Bia, a bay infections, if you are a Jama, Dr. Amuzu P, Adama, and I fear day, and a young question of the day, Eba, now Osia Musa said both in their prime, who is the better passer? Yebuso, Kofe Mudasui, legends him no ewo, you can say Premier League, Emu and Yasameto Accra, Kevin De Bruyne and Alfe, Francis Fabregas, so me no, Yebusa say, you can the passer of the ball, say, sharp pass na just say yensusu mfa bon siwo so awan ana ojidi say we better India omu nyina omu prime and ye kan wa wonim omienu wa hwe wo mu monitor wo mu a just say nya asem to ye ni nkomo ni aresere ni omesite new both question producers ne Dr. Amuzu si emusa Ghana foi we dia no say
tough
yes
tough but in the end it will be down to your opinion.
Okay.
Sana imagine me. Sana imagine me. Look, Adia Fabregas I know EPL no. Adia Kevin De Bruyne I know EPL no. And come bia ni hon ma wo dia betime you mo passing the sinchen.
Yeah.
They've added goals. They've created lot of assists for that players.
Okay.
I'm creating a lot of chances about set pieces. But one element of this game as passing no uye no kwa de gina hon mo dia. Now come me and one some more.
Yeah.
A very difficult.
Okay.
A very difficult couple. Look,
okay, passing also one some more. No.
Passing also so pass you breaking into different types of pass.
Okay.
Now omumi no ya koya at the crop pepe. The way no be the way. Okay. First of all, yeah, the range of passes Juma say short pass cut across beer 30-meter distances or yen to pass and got two channels room to number 7 and 11 no baby no money no yen to go to a beer dinner so what's it to be yen a place to be pass two or two pass na to one man because a pass what that is
yes
maybe division 2
ultimate charges
me place so be my long pass and that be na a passer na ma ho because Capo ya kasa pass mu passer pass is how ball be free one chain
okay I could do okay reaching the final destination
that is pass me jam free me ha ball no kwan na ball na me drew ha ya kan pass
okay engineer pass obi abo e pitch so you consider say
e pass
but you could draw
ball no uja ne kwan ya ba bi e ko akodru no
Shadrack he videos ni bi amaya hwenti yes say nya feeling of it
I'm telling you say ball no maja ne kwan no say akodru ba bi e ko ya mfre ne pass
okay
ya mfre ne pass
we Fabregas and ye hwe ne pass ni die ni
otobo no tumu otobo ne de tumu
he to Diego Costa
yes we your friend pass in the ball we jana kwan akodru le to de bia Capo omo ya na fefefuru ni pa no pass ni mpo no ya de hweba bia o de to ye
okay
obi on me to ka say sideway pass on tante no bi
yeah me tepa
obi so to because pass di akodru ba bia o de ko no
yeah
but nanka we better pacho so tate no so
sure me tiase
so ya ka say pass na say wo ka say pass ho asem dia Kevin De Bruyne Fabregas me no it will be very difficult to say ekrofo ebe do betimi ayi ba ko na mom obi betimi a mu afechire niema aye say aka say oh Kevin De Bruyne ba be ra EPL no no want me survive no dwane call but Fabregas ba ketekete wa Arsenal survive ye ni nyina kanfu an Fabregas e ba Chelsea Arsenal pompon so Kevin De Bruyne back to the EPL and pompon so no why na kasa passer or ya de
passes ni you twa but my Fabregas de no na me ma oba time ma me message man for so adwen because he already brand and so de kai we are de no
passing de enkofo mi enu
passes ni
now when say pass and you also another type of pass a friend progressive pass passes in a free keeper no central defenders no ban finfini nyina your friend progressive pass
okay
progressive passes are passes from the central midfield part of the pitch opponent in the box room these are called progressive passes
okay
Capo enkofo mi enu no I'm excellent in that
okay
yen jab ball fan to opponent in the box
opponent wasn't there
the ohian is so be take you off now on your offside
obesusu
or the ball be to him Kevin De Bruyne Fabregas
okay em say fab de na yi ti yebeba na em say yebe ya yebe ko foreign now or the Kevin De Bruyne so the aba be to so
and sometimes a passing no say it take it off na ekwa sometimes say na obetumi define na precise
okay
precise means baby the ball dey to no the other ball man no nya ho adwuma bebre biewu
okay
bobu otimi de to nchanchen de man na okofa na wasa de by inside but usually we mo pass no oh baby dey abia or dey to
Kevin De Bruyne to wala hala o piano
box room your friend go frame go frame on fan to nchan ya kon wan akofa de abro
or my goal no easy the mouth strike and the
tornado frame no mu anota on say o dey hwade so share we dey no what's order to go frame no
yeah
now Fabregas dey no the man Diego Costa no on fair no so mra
okay
so o share there any progressive pass na make one
okay
Rodri to Kevin De Bruyne and friend progressive pass
okay
your friend no build up passes build up I feel yes shisha dino
yes shaba
I feel yes shisha but getting close to the box and friend progressive no and no bond that to on
wo about how ba na mum wo konkra no pay ya wo La Paz Genius Grooming Hair Salon ana wo mu abiemu Kobi best barber of La Paz nya semeto na yenua Mutala Yakubu what TV3 na anope o twanity o zi demo ho a mo monitor enche o mo na enche Mutala o zi
e ba beto TV o Mutala
Mutala o TV3 also go to TV no Mutala TV3
me so mo bie TV
David Mutala TV3 Mutala TV3 Mutala Yakubu ya chia ne ofia obi La Paz La Paz
na try we be so ha on Kevin De Bruyne there no
okay
what's a two players no Kevin De Bruyne at some point no you know as wide midfielder or should be an cross the ball so go box na hono Fabregas antamo but Fab dey no dey be deep apart from the central midfield no say the false nine no
okay
false nine there Kevin De Bruyne he can create this sometimes but a ball wide no more and a Fabregas also ball false nine no more so these two players there in their peak
no doubt
if you want to take out one now it will be down to opinion and fanatism.
Video analyst na kasa no share game ni pa nti wache mu na
Mutala to TV ho.
Dabi Mutala TV so. Mutala TV so. Well, about time Ghana forces say adwenche be almost one na obi e fa no obi a on dey obi be fa obi zo beka Kevin
post national man say La Desma Pele say Kelvin Sanso Ana Gomez say Fabregas no doubt afa man say Alex Fab believe GSA KDB John Abankwa Sam also say Fabregas on any day afa J Prince KDB on any day Kofi Day also say Fabregas afa Kuma Backman as KDB Jorginho GH as Fabregas afa a branch phenom Aputo di Calisto and also say Fabregas and also Adiaba upon Prosper as KDB afa Sydney also say KDB KDB no size Sanson Eric Amwako also say KDB is the best and a K and also Etumi Adiaba afa Rock also say KDB and also Ediaba or the free Amasaman and a Rock Ediaba Kofi Bright as KDB page 1 as a Fabregas Sanso and a possible GS Fabregas Kofi Manuel as a or say Fitama a Fabregas on any day see at some point Capo please this midfield battle there no discussion KDB is the best of all and also at media but Mensa someone say Fabregas is the best passer and a Fab and some at media but Nana Kwame and so say Fabregas is better is a better passer okay and also at Ediaba Pedro Medina Cruz say I know cheesy Fabregas and also at the free Indianapolis and so at me Ediaba
well Ghana for Adwinche bi Kobi Frimpong Junior say Fabregas there no one comes close to Bieni or Beno and Ediaba Pedro Medina Cruz say obechi Fab ahead of KDB okay Samoa Boateng say Fabregas watching you live okay and no no a day about Israel land say when it's about passing Fabregas does it scientifically most of his assists were better than the goal and no Jene no Ediaba Blackman say any day Barcelona Arsenal Chelsea legend and Wabekofo and no the Odiaba Kwame and Drying will say Fabregas for on any day will be choose Fab and so no kakra what day Abamoro Ibrahim say KDB on any day Wabefano Samuel Mensah say Fabregas the best passer okay and no Jenny Odiaba Monet Governor say De Bruyne no or Bopa and no Donusum day Aba Kwesi John say KDB without without explanations. Yes, and no Ajman Wesley say KDB is the best. No debate. A trading munya kasa na mo kano. No no if you're the Abanti team no and so Edward Martin Chaba Facebook for Edwomo Ediaba Ghana for Akasa. Bibia ayedi nemu abdum resieti amanone nsem yekɔ foreign na yɛde foreign news no to aso edemaji yankoi na afi yemfa amanone nsem no ento aso yewia team no bɛsa ba na afi wo mu abeto aso de amanji Shadrack yankoi na yento aso emfamfiri ho foreign abnesa ye Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV Wontumi Sports is airborne.
Angwangwa juma no you Yame wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Asa chirenia no you Yame wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi shra Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Luvika, Uvika Naveshika, Uvika Miyodika, Tode Yasak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Capo. Capo chairman.
Yes.
Got time tabu kasamu send messages and ben no biase. Hey, chairman ya dear pass watch me assemble. I just quite be coming ho hen papa me.
Na guess it is how. Guess no.
20762FE9 20762FE9 and we are 28 alls. Another code no 25 207613F8 207631 F9 and no 25 alls 207631 F8 and you are 25 alls. First one no me say this will be 20762FE9 and you are 28 alls and at 25 from 207631 F8 and you are 25. Next one here 17 alls 2076338 2076338 and no 17 alls and our last one here 13 2076351 2076351 na ene wonso watwabinti eno also ne kwamo na na afia the foreign news no ato asom adiama haye Wontumi 101.3 ana afi Wontumi TV latest ni nyina no ani adem ebe na no pe adiama ntodie ene se obe monitor live or satellite no so ana afi digital ne da so ye dijuma adem amai wasawi so no ye transmit live at se ne cosmos no abiem takrade so ye dem ena no pe latest ni nyina bagana ba no and no Wontumi Sports and I don't pay and you don't samate by your rem na face so that can to us Mama Leon team no say reporter by and said na ya tesa Leon for womo and some ya relegate to womo ya do mo colleague 2 na ni nyina no ya tie say womo sikasam ana enwa ba sam I know and so emasa relegation womo relegate to womo ni nyina no ya dem awon somebody can show no so na fancy edikan edit details na ba atwam aka tro say o ma ya appeal womu akwakoya appeal se kwan bia so SMP for esa hwe ene veteta womu de baya womu de relegate womu enti womu appeal na reporter be say PRC eno anwumre ane ate se ne 1% omu service situation no ni nyina ne se okay se boya wono ensom abo edema PSG aye friend Bradley Bakola a player womu to no ede ne free team wono ensom aye ne Leon team no and womu to ne de ba no womu to ye no 45 plus 5 million euros and then one way to can in a 50 million euros and as a team now and some at the Yon Boboko no na unim se PSG womu yo madwen se sika no won betra ni install kakraba ko na kakraba na mo situation ba ya won se enkofo hia sika se de ba ya financially womu ebe stable ansa ne no empanifo kra giatum sa pila woma ye no omegiatum se ne tim no womu esa do mo ebaba ligan no ma be ya djuma na report aba ni se de yasi PSG fo se ne womu ebe tue sika ni nyina adem amo said be a financially no womu be stable said be nkomo bia womu ane football association no enso betimi akokama eno aye Bradley Bacola ono ananisika say ya hwese ne ebetimi asave Lyon Boboko no enso dia free relegation ya dia wonsem piedeba na ya tese Lyon team no kra no so still ya relegate womu eduomu ko League 2 ya tese ne Europa League ne dia so mbebo because oma secure qualification and Mbia yet womo at the woman committing Tedaya, woman and some qualification in the Kitawoma, yet is a Quambiasono, woman and some Betimia take pata, yet I won't summon Nano, at the Manado pay our so Yantuaso Mamera Fina, Yaninkomo, na boy at the Komobi, at the brand runner or grant interviewer, what in summer to Jana answer Bossa, and Club World Cup for mobile as a FIFA Club World Cup for Ginny D, our US Montez. So do feeling and I feel that say at that stage or US Amasa boy see edge woman in no my dear cool heat Maza heat in a pro woman at a senya sameto akra na no ana boy in ede kakra enso ede abame tuja wase womu kokobusa ne se na tournament kra no sai anu osi no because Barca foi woman ko bi uti TV ho e monitor there's all the say ebia o monitor the echo e wo US Monteso anu ose ensam de bebre o obetimi akasa pa ede afọ tournament a eno echo so ose shame adem ama ene tournament echo so say ebia players was enka this time omu di holidays on say your real season as a players no woman ko off season na bi ene o mabusua etimi konya nsam keke say on say wife kwabu anu otiache na anya wona ne wife na tiasa okona bia wona wife ekosia na afenkodai ebu onso amami esem do mu pie ni ade yesi asese omu edo makogu US a womu ko bo FIFA Club World Cup adan wase tournament a ye force ama wo body ha dwen pa won say players no omu ni say ne omu ebe take decision say me a womu ensom entimi enkobo dabi na momo ka ama obiate as a tournament no obehu ana FIFA womu the data ba ye kobo tournament wa ha na players say so moko wase ha dwie pa enom ayedene wade atuda ne ebusa no say abranche fa no say Marquinhos ana fe Baraldo omu chase players a womu win UEFA Champions League no womu ni PSG ana je na wase boys enka ese omu take rest said ye ne wanom rest na mom no woman timi anya vacation anko woman nya time o mo je Champions League even celebration kwa no title na mo so ma jewie eso mo ji o mani ni ade ni nyina no ano entimi amasom na mo ani atam wo mu edo makosi US say ne wo mu emma tournament wono de wo enjoy our vacation wono so na rese bi bia no ebetimi kama because boys wo mu free national team camp ani asase sa wo mu edo makoku US no eye jene wadem atudwa ya to nsamate benche se no wono so kire na dwena manfa nanka Barca ko bia enka wo obeka se de wukan eno de manfa di tuda na Barca players ne the holidays no wo mu enjoy mami Gavi ne ni nkoma woni Lami Jama ewo Ibiza masa enkoda we jewe yese akoda we akohan yacht ewo yese Ibiza ho na sika Lami Jama etua ho no enye sika ketu akra masa grai wo mu ejo mu di pam enti wo se de nuama sikwa ma Gavi ni news star na watcha no eze odi holidays o film enti wono anye wone Lami Jama an ye show me adem ensem ne pedem a yedi ka confirm adema se Lami Jama no wo mu adi junction number 10 edebema no yedi ka kan wasam akaka ebesi o mu se nyame adoma on the July 13th no ana boy he ebedi 18th wo di 18 na wo mu chase ni cake awo meta no wo mu ebehwe jesi na maten no na omo edi atwa cake dama na bra o di ni 18 years a ono enso mwawe se ni obedi 10 jesi no na ode abo adwuma ama team friend Barcelona anom a reported for no madeba na mame Jules Kunde ni ani nkomo na Kunde nie onse fashion show bi ekosom ewo Chavaria fashion show ewo Paris eno men's fashion week ekoso na yase said ya branch one aje fashion atum no program biani wa eno enso ya fashion show a eho dawa onu kobi ya onko enti ono nso kopiase de nintade kase na afere mpabwa no enso ekoso Juice Kunde no ewo ye kan say Chavaria fashion week no eno the men fashion week eno ekoso eno ono ekwase enso eko tra de ono enim ntade no wode bi ekwa eno reporter ebe de ensem pede bantuo ne wonye ana o so ne de ensem pede banti yes akata eni kasiya pa awe footballer ana also no Juice Kunde nie na yani kwama mame anso fatie atari we so guy otiaze top no anso anu ose ene is cry wow utimi say we ne dress out utimi say no den masa kwa we onim dressing papa I know Juice Kunde reporter I know bibia kama ho mame abranti anso 40 ne ani nkomo na ni loan no to Monaco bibia kama ya kan ho asama eto nkomo edama say boy no anso rem enre to sampai na to woman say ni London no our bono for one season our body ama Monaco no yase Barca any team friend Monaco majatum as a boy no ni sika origin salary wo ensom abekova ede amano na bibia so ya kama na 11 million euros no purchase release clause wo ensom na dia sema adun sem ni nyina no ede ema na de na unim se ne bibia timi ko kama na fe wo mu permanent dollar wo mu ede future sale asem se ne Barca se timi friend Monaco ton a wo mu ebe na kakra so na dia frimo wa ya de awonsem pi ede ebanti anso 40 and ya demand na reporter yen say kan sa Atletico team no yes ya tese club no players omo enso remo World Cup no and I say FIFA Club World Cup no reporter eba ne say o meto bebre agu wo mu ebe yi players no bebre fit team no ya dem awonsem pi no enso edeba na me aduma next season ya tese NBA players way adventure Ronaldo ebeko Ricardo Requemi enso beko Zala Splequeta and afem a branch of an Angel Korea woman and yatese omu ebetimi abubai nafe woman do mania chebe be yatese and you munkwa Samuel Lino and afem Manuel and Molina and I said Nahua Malina and American asemi woman once players yatese se timbi at the bed ba na a strong bed na muzembia woman yakakram edia from my boys woman meja womako na the yatenese konogala hadiano yatese non sono and enya certain saboyi womo ensom no bejane kwan anasem bia wono betimi stay na mom no yese office eba na eguda wono enso betimi akọ Premier League clubs no ensom betimi aba for Konogala eno aye reporter through adem na be ade awonsem ni nyina no ade ema mame abranchia Nico na ye Nico Williams sese wono ana ye tese sese be bawo ane Barca ntokwana no aye den na de women sese Nico no say yatese office ne de manfo bebre pakoda we nemum no wono de Barca na chese wo ya ne dan a wono ensom my pabo na de yatini se Nico nyame adoma next week and yatese Barca ebe activity clause a contract na fe wo makofa boy no adina ba ne ase boy no aka che Barca se omu wie bibia by July 9th said ya be ya wono enso ore July 9th na and omu be resume training and you be ba o team no enti on pesa ye be resume training na ene Barca for wieye omu na obewu na fe woko training na ehwe nanim na ye ka say we say manager no ase obe fili was won fili ase opesa ukobi enti san nyama ni nyina no esa sucha na Barca eye quick na so be so omu ewie na by July no wo se kwan bia so omu enso by 9th ne de na omu ewie na ono so anya na sum ade akwaba ne Barcelona eno aya branche Nico Williams no ane ade Mbappe enso etreniye Mbappe aya back ade Madrid eno Mbappe ni Mbappe sre na nim sede Mbappe ana eba no mutumi se bibia kama ade ama Kylian Mbappe Lutin wonom ana wo so ne ade wonsampi ade benchenra otreniye ama nioma ye kama na ore Mbappe anra wone kama venga nom na utumi se kama bibia tetam enso ma wade ensem ne pede banra coach no aye fano Xabi Alonso aye Rondo na Rondo no on the players na and our pitch no says a question there Alonso no ball betimi abo Alonso no still ball no on na no Alonso no jano be ball entim anra train one boys na Rondo no na ono ensom ejina one boys aye Rondo ade ensem ne pede ba aye dem awon some pimanti ano aye later se for no ma de ba no ensem ne nyina no e ma na no pe e so no se rem na fe yento so latest details ni nyina no yemfam awon sem na reporter e se coach no anya de atuda obama me abranche tro man ni ani nkomo wo se akoda weni bobo pam wo se wo monitor no ama wo se akra no baby odi no magina bia no o ya powerful sembia o mano akogina mfimfini obebom o mano agent defenser wo se akoda we o ya integral member adem amani team aye fani say the Madrid ya dem na won sam no ade bantie koya ni mu no wo se ba wonu ball because Rose ne de obema na ball a lot of roles so tima ya fani Madrid no aye Xabi Alonso reporter no afro no mate ba don sam no ade ema na anope wo so no so na mame Vinicius Junior ni ani nkomo Vini enye ya tesa ne contract issue no ya di kan ka boy ebe stay Saudi for ade office awdo enso timi aba ni nyina tim ya tene say eden a wono enso na babo ya te ya di kan kan wasam madama say eden a oba extend to 2029 our best stay our Madrid no aye Vini and ya tene nsam no enso madement development e wom enesen komo na wom di no enso Madrid cha eden a boy ebe stay abo adwumate ama Real Madrid boboko no na mami Jude Bellingham na yani nkomo na ya mesele ni emesi koma ba Jude so na mo mami nkoma nim kakra na memra na ya meto asom na mami Ronaldo mom we senior Ronaldo no Luis Nazario Dalema na yani nkomo mami the senior man when you when am pen no ansa ana mabasi seven so Ronaldo enye wakasa na dia fa Neymar na unim se Neymar ye obi a mse Brazil de odu wa ye ka top players Brazilian footballer untimi kan anyi Neymar emfiri mo because Neymar no wabo ensom apeni dues Neymar ni age way eni nyama waye adama Brazilian football so pa na way ana Ronaldo adi tuda eni sam Ope, the greatest player and I say the greatest hope our Brazil national team numa when you on our shana why in Sabaku Williams and Neymar ye was it only Neymar Edinkomo do I catch a Neymar and say Neymar stay focused one say pra Neymar and then Neymar ball or Tinanu pra and then Neymar ball or Tinanu pra Ninano idea or sending cry was it all man in name and your day what you say on keeping the legs and very strong not working in alum and say about a passion I could that way our passion at the man national team no who be that was some one of the greatest players ever our Messia kai atem ama national team onye we obia wono ye ka top scorer our national team all timer Axen Ariantis Donas Mianto num Pele nom abebi akoda we atuwo mo entim okamo biate ese Neymar de Brazil when woman ni no wadro we hope at the national team no ento mo we say dey aboyi enso eberem ewo in the World Cup no aye de yete se enenuama enso ebe kamenti Ronaldo no wakasa na se we campaign amane say dey World Cup no some omo consider no aye reporter ba mame and coaches we me no Julian Nagelsmann near Ninkomani Thomas Tuchel metem nyame atoma ne yo under 21 euros no and so final ebebasom no Germany ni England and so our Bratislava and metes managers me no and so wa wo mo ekwese bibia ebetima come and your reporter yen some like and some p at Emma na metes udu Saudi now sir eboboko no manager no hoge Jesus no and as say odina ye open manager obetimi abebo adwuma enti ama Arnalsa new manager no yase why ready as contract no be sign until 2027 now for adwuma no ama Ronaldo and afi Arnalsa wo mu eboboko no na de mention se Fenerbahce omboboko no wo ma submit proposal Echo El Nalsa sene abranche John Duran wo mu nyana wo mu epe negotiations akoso enwa yete se Fenerbahce director ayefani Devan Ozek enra na o Colombia awo trase boyi wone ni agent anafe ni entourage wo mabon komo sere bayam wo benya no na ono so be se kan ewo Fenerbahce ebobeko de yete se El Nalsa fo no ama green light se ne abranche John Duran ebetimi akọ eno a reporter be mo enso chese boy no betimi akọ ma ready enso ma accept proposal bia ene the Turkish club Fenerbahce adem ebebana boyi enso etimi movie akotoa na dwumadie so ewo Turkey eno aye reporter eno efri whatever na de atem ani se ne unye Roma Fenerbahce team no wo mo enwia wo mo se erom apezedin central na fe wo mo awese kwa bia so no wo mo ensam betimi aka na mo focus no now no aye boyi awadaso a o hwe na aye fani se ne Jean Duran eno aye reporter ba El Nasa Ronaldo anano ya enrechi ani ate se CR7 wano enso ma extend na o hwe lucrative contract awo mom adama Ronaldo bra se Ronaldo no bibia e kama bibia dam se Ronaldo ne de se na sane de nya ize kra ene de abibia enso ka se wo mu charese no wo mu enso ebu Ronaldo because contract ye mu a na you expect level of play age any sika wo mo de manon very amazing now Ronaldo na kasa was he believe in the project Arnalsa wo mu anunti anu Ronaldo no all continue na wo boy juma ngadiamo mo osaje supporters ni di kromo because Arnalsa supporters ayu odo adem achi onu Ronaldo na mo do kan say season ye twam yi wo ma anya hwe nyame adoma next season wo mu yese wo mu betimi abo juma bo ni ye betie Ronaldo kakra odituda wo no ebe movie na afi wato aso ayate say Saudi clubs ni bebre and so at the office aba say omunyana wo mu no Felix Diano no na de atene se Benfica team no wo mu ade offer enso ekoi ayate se omo de bi ekọ na mo yeso mo say prepare another 25.6 million pounds and then akọ Chelsea say boy wo mu nyana wo mu ape because Benfica de wo ma din komo afa boy waka eso mu nyana komo enso mo ape na Bruno Lage manager edem ama Benfica team no on a branch away open no yate se mo ya say medical credit ya to say 25.6 no ya dia monte echo say mu here player no so do betimi akasa kuda we a special player etem ema ono manager ayefan Bruno Lage and afi osagidi SM anakodano ay special edema Benfica evoboko ni ntomo de wo mu kasa boy no ay holidays and afi wo no ensom ayhwe se na bibia be kama wo mu competition wo mu take part in ahwe se ne enwama ebeko kama no ay manager no nsomode atudwa yadem ensem no pede ma na on Abranche Enzo Fernandez and Pedro Neto manager no ensom kakakra because danya woman ana de boani na wase o hwese de nuama city rumors no ebai abrana Enzo eba Chelsea team no amanfo ye rumor or join me ewo Wolves boboko no manfo kana ne sere as a manager ngado kanyina no was in terms of money Chelsea ewo one of the best midfielders we are say nemom oka amobiate as a Pedro Neto the best winger we are say boy ni very dangerous was say you can 10 wa sembia yemfa ball yentia so yenyi yemfa ha any adia Pedro Neto bra obia ni wa wono ensom tanim ball no abo echen Pedro Neto ti ore in a video ayi adem ama any de coach ensom kan ya na say no ayensem ade ema na e so no so a enya semetu anu ya Bruno Lage ensom adem na tuja and ade kakra dem na me tese say yes Benfica team no yes Renato Sanchez omun kipino obesan adinani ache Galatasaray Galatasaray and as a PLC now wakɔto aso ade ne dwuma wɔyɛ te sɛ the sisters for no enso makɔkɔ enquiries wo mu sɛ be possible na nko menya boy way on loan and nko ba be fam ade akɔ ɛno ɛyɛ reporter efuro no madeba latest ni nyina no yɛdem ɛma ne anopɛ wo so no so na unim sɛ wodu Germany the kicker ɛyɛ ko akrata and as a magazine wo mu ɛwɔ hɔ na wo mu ɛsɛ ne Flamingo eboboko no ɛyɛ the easiest opponent ɛdem ɛma Bayern Munich who compared to team your friend say Chelsea ɛna ɛne Flamingo for us na nkɔmɔ bɛ no mu do Germany hey and Flamingo the easiest opponent at the Bayern Munich and Chelsea harder no what can some say and woman to TV so on the radio our Germany and woman newspaper mutro na Bruno Henrique and that's where Flamingo player was it there omo eka our German chromo reportage no to general do obekan is football 11 football no obiam the 11 players and baba na nay so opese football no also one direct to obia and allowed our game no because ball na sasa na do kan nyina ne so omo de wo mu reso be concentrate na omo game a baso no omo ball na omo ball aboni ye eno ade a eno so here omo mindset our game no nyina no eno se omo treat game no as a final eno aye boy our no abom edema Flamingo Bruno Henrique reporter wono mate be ate awon sam no ate omo game no je mo ba yire pa na mamela vikowa na yeni nkomon Chelsea team no boy no ade ato da sa Chelsea team no emo de pa obaye bibia ye come say Chelsea team no boys ono mo training ana for mo ono mo share dressing room any team players ni obia brother masa obia shawa utimi se mo din komo enso mansa brother connection no bibia ye come no anoma team no enso chemistry enso etimi konanim na dia wodi atuja and say o mekoso na fe wo mu apushi de mu hia and say o mu ebe really as a team and no de ne player I friend Salavi Kawa atem matuja yate awunsam ni nyina no atem ma na no pe wo so no so on Thiago Silva and what to da say massa Thiago Silva de senior man na Thiago Silva no anyoma and the ball no onim ewo mu no sa wa man na unhu onim nyoma bebre ewo ball no wo so nyoma bebre so e de fi Thiago Silva awo de ensam no pi ade ama wada ete say ewo US wada no okay ana ano say wada na very hot massa omu training o ma team fefesa ni nyina no ese wiemo say ewo US na ni nyina no ade waba because wiemo show wiemo nation tournament ni yebo na mo say so mo bo training ni wi o mo ye training ni wi omu Philippa ultimi say training no mu wie na onam you are some Monteso and I say be a money number bia which means feeling no and so come more enjoy and no I to them to get I want some no and so at them now pay Enzo Maresca on Benfica a gamer and no Basso say a tough game and a Basunemo no or say Omo and some about me a remna or much me winning game no na coach no I didn't celebrate to Jabra Yabusano and so I will game over ball na me I do my Benfica game na betting na omo betimi a balancing game no na enu ama kama ejama Chelsea way a Chelsea manager
a balanced match or Chelsea have something extra.
No, I think it's going to be a balanced game in this tournament. I think at this stage, with this condition, it's very difficult to see, big difference between clubs, between teams. So I'm quite sure that it's going to be a balanced game, a tough game, and also, in these kind of games, probably also the small details are very important. Okay.
Kakratudenti way Enzo Maresca and I will tell in Canon modern celebrate to Dana Enzo Maresca Andre Santos say and I was sitting was a boy no aya juma pa or boy juma now the work in United say casa boy no Enzo bear now when your time now adaptation aya debakwa or share him say boy no Enzo bet men yana fe no my kama at the amano boy no more on Enzo a position ho and no I can be an afe Romeo so position it e mo be amano ese boy no ekeka no na onya time adaptation eba boa abranche friend say ni
Andre is working with us, is working well. He worked already with us last summer in the preseason, so we know Andre a little bit. His season has been very good, but I think you need time to adapt. The important thing that is working well. And then in terms of position, I see Andre in this moment more like Enzo position than Moyo Romeo position, and the reason why is because we are here in this moment for this tournament, but we also need to plan for next season, that is Premier League. And you know that Premier League, first of all, you need to be strong, physicality strong, because the Premier League demand to be physicality strong. So in this moment I see Andre more attacking player, more attacking midfielder than defensive midfielder. Andre is working with us, he's working well. He worked already with us last summer.
I'm on the squad and I know Kakre Fio Deba Botafogo team no trainee womo ebebomu game nyame adoma anwumre ebo 4 p.m. Baso na obama me womo team training and no course. So boys nom enya brepa Vitinho nom ana fe Saverano ana Gomares nom Alexander Barbosa Igor Jesus omunyina no ana trainee omanya bread den se ne womo sia Pamerasa eso mo ye adwuma no edem amo mo ntiboisi ana na Pameras foi enso supporters ewo ye kan say Philly Montenso enya sameto mani abre a charge ahead of the game and obasu ni nyina no mora awo mu erese mo de ma players in ahead of the game obasu ntifans no ana wo show mo edem awon sempi enso ede banyame adoma ye erese Flamingo and Bayern game no run of 60 no referee bay and wo de man ye say Womode ama English referee Michael Oliver and I handle and there's how much adama Flamingo and I feel Bayern game no ebetimi abaso dem and 70 play dem na yeka and the Flamingo and some ansam no game no and obe se papa nya sameto akwa say womo ebetimi rem na fe nuama kama Brazilian team ne de and as a clubs no show ma aya na no den na Jonathan Tar mamena yeni nkoma ni nyina ne say ahead of the game no say and ebesia ko so mu treaty game way say a away game and because South America for more our stadium women supporters do no women treaty game we say away game and the most important thing at the moment and it's so serious our pitch no say no and here go pamano so jumano and here American football and as a South American class we show more women intensity our so the kind of game bomb different no one game as a Bayern eboboko no and on kakra atuja yade won something nyina no atem ema ni team no team ne say players na we share wo no ni new teammates we share mo Bayern no say and the city no so here time they be settle with ni teammates no na tournament we no S7 as a better in the stage atem no say the bear obetimi hu team no na wo hu team ni ye say the bear next season no and you ma ever kama atem ama Jonathan Tara no a report about coming mino and after Lenny Euro omo prepare to gather Manchester United na me adoma omo yase nuama ebetimi akokama atem amom to training no and I was say oh why dey I want some p ateba United for no yasem anwanumre ye remu and anope na yetese United womo second bid for Brian Mbeumo and no 62.5 million no yetese omo assign a rejected no still na yase man for no kusua womo person se kwambia so womo ebetsa akodai na se Cameroonian na bodje say utumi se etwi fomanie womenya no na wabejemu ate amoma no a report ever ni ase boy I inform Brentford team no and Spurs said the only club or person of maza Man na no best Manchester United na you man you team biadiwa ono ensom abeso no Brian Mbeumo no kakra eba me say man for sunya na ebeboa pa ama man so etimi aboduma na me ayaduma next season and no I want some na me to say mama Antoine Semenyo Ghanaian no one so yatesa clubs eba Man U for Newcastle Tottenham no yase bomb for no 70 million pounds Almodem atono so no eden se clubs no enso abebente no ana pam clubs na wo mo epesu sen kanton samanyo wo mo ebenya na afa samanyo abebo edem ama wo ano ayakakra ba ma me Ghana ni ayefa ni se Kudus Mohammed Kudus nie Kudus our West Ham me te say Kudus decision and say up Champions League about next season 80 Champions League football and we a club now ba o qualifying quadia one enso ano be kwa no ayede te say Kudus Mohammed ebekwa na afa Champions League no ebe one factor club bia beba ano ayede fi Kudus was ade eba na enra na Rio Ferdinand show na Fedi show no na so de pa na so de Ghana ni bi ekobusa question e wo Ferdinand show no so say obusa Ferdinand say den na be ma yehu say coach bi a good manager anti o my said out kakra e wo no so na kwa no essential fertilizer ono na ebusa sa question no ni din e wo X no so essential fertilizer on ebusa Rio Ferdinand say Rudy Ubon what dia church will be a good manager better than who's a good manager yentie Rio Ferdinand was say good manager or you training one day Ubo was a coach way or a good manager.
From Ghana, yes, shout out to Ghana. Hello from Ghana, yes, shout out to Ghana.
GH in the building.
As players, how can you tell if a manager is good or not? Is it a feeling? Oh, good question, you know. It could be one training session. Something will happen that you go, that don't smell right.
What would tell you in training this guy and the guy?
Well, listen, David Moyes obviously came to Man United. It didn't work out for him, and this isn't to kind of bad mouth David Moyes. I think he's proven that he's a wonderful manager, top manager. What he's done at West Ham, what he's done at Everton has been like nothing short of like remarkable. He's been a joke. But when he came to United, I just remember and this is the difference between managing clubs at that level compared to managing somewhere like Man United, which is the back of winning a Premier League.
Yeah,
he came into that environment, and there was one training session that we had that made me go, I don't like this. But we were playing against Chelsea, and they had Eden Hazard, danger man. And in the training session, we had a walkthrough. So you got 11 of our players who were playing against theirs. So we got 11 Chelsea players. He marked out like a 10 by 10 box on the training pitch in the area that Eden Hazard occupies most of the time.
Well, two minutes say I am common a day. I'm fancy. Na na fi omumehwe na yeni enkomo emfemfiri akomi amza e ha Sanso ana Newton Peter Lati ana Steve omo atenase new me wakwa babium
Capo yesaje so
se bibia boko
pa una se mo akwa ba so na call foreign ye ne wachira ha twa
okay
tu ne mo akwa ba
and what can be
yeah then twa so
na so what is here di ho
Ferdinand, yeah, metie.
Dana ni ko bisa question ho. Nzo be rem.
Yeah. But ne reply na me man ni. Yeah.
We coach into be boy.
Me come from. So we say couple me da bia me da nyame ase pa say. Adwuma yi omu century adwuma yi masanya opportunity ne coaches be bra ye adwuma pa. Betima bob coaches no. Coach Asibu or Cape Coast. On the back club football. Coach Asibu drafts. Coach Asibu. Or your old G, Coach Otiaka and 10, Coach Adote. Coach Otiaka and maybe I'll be a mature Coach Adote. Omono, sa crew no. Me papa for no more. Now me Bob was about 2 Coach Thomas Dia and Darocha and number of Bebre, Ghana for coaches, Coach and Stonson, more so me no my Juma. Go Stars, Coach Michael say, and the Meko, Yaman for the currency, and a coach from Pomanson, but to me, I'm an enemy no. And yes, na me best road so me can security be actually and na me call me my off season some go stars off season na me dey me call Africa no and na me opportunity most part frame here because on stress ejo na kwesi adu no mo ma me permission no mo call and coach Adote the kind of opportunity or the man me dressing room first half players no busa ma join chiro manim no and ye be mo who say coach be a good no mess me up with that. Asana currently, my so coach from Papa said me kind no. Na Steve reminded me adi my me and Steve Hayase. You all angel no. Na friend ma start your video analysis we no na adia na ono ne sama de makoche coach kwesi apia na kotoko coach be friend Polak. Na kotoko be ball Steve can game no. Africa game no ho. Okay. Sasa me nyadwuma makotoko me real club football muda. But Steve the engine to him say me yes anima no de coach Polak. And a Polak no busa me say e dey adnam nim fan crofo no team no ho
Yes, vocal Medino. And I'm catching the same microphone. I'm for one form. I'm a long boss and a dear Kotoko box in Musa because technically they are not gifted. But the Kwanya Kotoko Befaso Benyomono, it's a Kotoko bot number 942.
Okay.
And the Busam said 942, no one say. And I'm saying, minimum so best started Sadiq Adams. Okay, Sadiq Adams.
Yeah.
Ash Gold Kotoko. So Sunyane.
Yeah.
No Kotoko. And I'm catching so I started Sadiq a center forward, I'll be free ho. In Tompe number 9 for Fruina, na Sadiq in Team Concha Nomra, having 2 strikers. Pulak. Oh, turn out Adakoja Chewans are left here.
What's up, Pep?
Merenisha ho Felisana mo ye breaking him in that. Side game na kotokonya penalty. 4 boni nyina tubuya last hour. Na me stadium mo me Pulak na ye bibia. But just the moment that I said na coach Pulak so asapa.
Good.
Kara game no. Kara game no. The video analysis di makotoko ba na me nyedwuma makotoko. But to be na me fire kakra no bebo me.
Yankwe. Yeah, start here.
Yes. Capo. But be interest a war and a pair of stories no. Number 1 no yeah Brian to Manchester United, Brian in Buemo to Manchester United deal no. Also catch Spurs for now no Oberfree Brentford a person call to Manchester United on pay baby akubi me feel metia say okay say e betimi movie from 45 million pounds 10 be count and all of that, you know, me interest in her crowd. Me interest in her. I look out for what the guy brings, and first of all, I'll be thinking about the impact of the BBC. The other day, I was disagreeing with Nibano because my direction say he's somebody who goes to the CIA of finding a fit our club anymore. But when you'll be able to do any so going or heading into the future, that was where my disagreement fell. Okay. You know, that day with Akomia, but sticking to what the club wants to do. Now I'm modern Bano alongside Kunya no couple of main church adibu hasi see you know just so Junior who say I'm more information be na obo and sana me do akọ Brian in Bomo come on because every player regardless of the status who need adaptation boy Messi no born Barca no no go France people still argue to say Messi grow into me and money here Ronaldo, they're not the head of Madrid, no. He had to fit himself into the Juve setup, no. So people said, Wanyana said they're no more pen and now so Wanyana Madrid, no. Every level of football performance, he has to be adapted. So Brian, but the system, better bring the best out of him. Brentford about 3-man attack. And then you need people before Ivan Toney a free Brentford that corner. Now I'm about Juan Wesa on the left. Now I'm about Brian on the right. Yeah. Now Ivan Toney about top. Shadrach bet me a video on this. It was a 3-man attacker. Very, very fluid. Fluid as in the sense that, but be all done on your static. Capo no TV no so no. Look at the top 3 no. Yeah. Top 3 here: Brian Bromo, Ioane Wissa, and then Ivan Toney. Me and say die. There's no rigidity. So Ivan sorry top 1 man. Brian bet me a kakosho. So Wissa free left to her. Ivan Toney drop it special left to her. We said it was top war. There was a lot of fluidity in the final third. We a 3-4-3. The base and the middle part of his formation, any Amorim dealing in our pet. Okay. Nemum Amorim has something to do with. I want to set up in our show Manchester United no. Capo. The 2-man midfield no Amorim Bebrepa. Liverpool becoming with 3. Szoboszlai McAllister. Why not come Szoboszlai McAllister Ravenbach. Yeah. Omi and San Ofinfio. Man City beba with 3. Whichever freebie or pick be technical excellence in Osoro. So 4-man midfield with 2 central. No, I'm remember ball with Manchester United. No, couple. On Shane being so. Amorim, if he wants to get the best out of Brian Mbeumo, Matthias Cunha, no, it should be 3-5-2. It shouldn't be 3-4-3. Shadrach in Manchester United and Amorim Nemra. 3-back Canadian, meaning who has some name and Finfi no shame walking. What you got to be menu eco German City? You would have to win the game from different angles. And Finfi even Arsenal, all the 2 eco Arsenal, over win the game no different angles of the field. And then Finfi Liverpool similarly. Oh, free England now call Europe. I can say for the 100 year couple. Me and some no be share beyond dominate. You would always have to fight and win the game in different departments.
enti madwene mu kyerɛ sɛ Thomas Partey ka Arsenal fo gya na manakoi na de Kobe Menu aka na ho na de Bruno gyina ne mu now the Matthias Kuna ne Mboma to top no about 2 wing backs in 3-5-2 so that 2 strikers in betimi move as change positions but so about 3 top no why now they can 2 na ba ho Capo enkomoyi amidi Manchester United fo bebre betimase about 3 top catch us a Brentford the end o me ense no bia tumi move ko ba bia at Manchester United me ense na obo no obo Garnacho na direct 2 no ho okwa obo Kobe Menu Casemiro na the Fernandes akwa 2 no ho do you have balance in the final third Bruno as your chief creator now na akwa to top I can 2 strikers no ho na hwan na supplementing VV2 no
be shorty
2 unya balance in the final third to have more balance and space for 2 strikers no man you imagine mu do a odwen so baba beboa no give them more balance in midfield by playing 3-man attack 2 wing backs that gives you 5 in the middle how Barca and dia Capo special awareness and all that no compact but 2 central 2 out one another 3 at top no say 3 ben na obo top in Bomo Cunha and hwan in Bruno Cunha and hwan na dey kan ho top so the balance has to start from the midfield no in your space a lot of space there are 2 strikers and creativity and all that other than that now my dream which say coach you know about in 2 ways either say who your coach our squad never adapted to war or war about adapted to squad no Diego Simeone the ideologies are reflecting on the kind of players I want to players are aggressive or bite or energy a lot of commitment with or without the ball speedy nature of his attack it's in a Griezmann anyone I Alex Baina did free Villarreal dinaba suddenly teams in aye about the car Julian Alvarez in the final tell lot of creativity energy because Griezmann or drop it Simeone hu na no hu no Luis Enrique before PSG no unim how na team no ball Capo say currently Luis Enrique na obo no say na wo hwe ball na hu no nobody thinks about the previous PSG no everybody right now who PSG no hu Luis Enrique Pep Guardiola similarly almost squad based on the ideology and how they see the game a two coach no hu the style of play into the tour dia obitimi ka say player we die say oboma team we or
because the style no need team the far
synchronization of techniques player no odwen say obetimi aboma team we okra onye technical man
sure
a two squad na who ideology and you want the Alex Ferguson style no when you show squad now one no why you almost said you almost penna no they are winning check the 2013 squad until the WBS Fergie squad no did 2013 Fergie only the ideology of the mini BB the squad he has he gets the best out of them Ojao Kwan we are Capo strength here he gets the best out of you not Capo should fit into my ideology do you get a picture that is the concept of national team football players na wono omo na be use into make us impeccable ball me could to be about there sare na Fergie coach it also be discuss Fergie ideology da and me
to us
he gets the squad and gets the best out of them but Pep Enrique Simeone you know omo ideology then they get players who aligns with the ideology I'm worried about the catcher and I don't say on changing the star no wa mameka Capo refi who can so kai
sure
babeka was on changing the star no meaning say the players would have to fit into an ideology no and no na mempe no
Wontumi ana okọ
and no na mempe no kunyama and then in Bomo would need a lot of supplies if you want to have that supplies in a couple the balance would have to come from midfield. So when you for 2-man midfield in the Bejina Kofan Chenchen 2, now Kofa Garnacho Kofan Eco Company for me and one Capo Manchester United will still be they will be still stagnant because coach Nigeria there's a lot of rigidity on the system now. Antonio Conte na the 3 back by you, but now you're flexible. Media the person catch more no.
Just making sure so Obama system now flexible.
Yes,
players need to be adapted.
Exactly, Capo. That has been my point. And about the son about born room, a young coach, on fetching my yajumasa.
Go here results.
You need results, and the club now also has to move.
Yeah.
That's my point. Get the best out of the 2 strikers in our top by balancing the midfield. Other than that, Obesa struggle even getting the 2. Ronaldo na ekasai. Oh, football. Ronaldo fenomeno. Osuro Neymar. Osuro Neymar. Osuro Neymar.
Argentino osuro Neymar. Sa no kre no oka no.
Yeah, Ghana has a see, you know. So to add the collab. Na offer Kevin Prince Batia na me fa say omo eya koni bi ye hwan ya.
Yeah. Amara man na
Babankoy Jadwe no ka Babankoy.
So oba ya che.
Oba ya che but me kan game no nya Ghana ha.
Oh, okay.
Game no mo eya kwa say Ghana ha ye dwo mo kwan bi sa no. Asa gigi onu mu but ye ya kwa so onko bi sa.
Yeah.
Na o ye sure say Sulemon ye see me ka say we on deserve collab. Obetimi. O me nya that confidence na bro. Ebinie. We are in 2025 no June and June by end near July. Next year World Cup. There are a lot of factors so we need the whole more. Ubo say Neymar is out of the picture for Brazil. He's not out of the game. Game need there. Messi mo cry free. Messi that's who. But Neymar for Brazil and their status who they have been over the course of time.
I think watch Brazil from the Neymar ya mo mine.
And history. My catch us football and Neymar you either talk about history or recency. So we robu tunungu ha a recency. O rogu ha near do company for no legend. Near your from legend now want to. But robu to dia we analyze you per the current demands. The current demands of the World Cup no unim the echo. There have been more the technical nature of the World Cup no Brazil at some points look I'm call 1970 World Cup no look at the squad. 1970s omo all technical from goalkeeper akosi number 9 obi ani ball ne ball. Carlos Alberto, Brito, Wilson, Piazza, Ivarildo, Clodoaldo, Gelson, Jazino, Pele, Valino, Tostao. This squad at the ball 1970 we obi aje ballon d'or ye. They dominated football. Emma wa no be share ho kire ho say no squad we are not they defined centuries. Say 100 years all this guy say squad about 10 years old 50 years old 100 years all this guy say squad better squad about 1970 didn't count but the technical nature of the Brazilian squad no I faded with time oba wani ma beto US 94 na sesa kakra US 94 squad na sesa kakra in the final third no Romario Bebeto and then anymore Zino Mazino Cesar Mazzino and then Mazzino and the Danche Hasi. Omachi Pe no Ababenya Adunga and a Moro Silva. Oh, the technical and if anymore. Obanim Kakra no Ababa to Japan Korea 2002. Japan Korea 2002 no Osha Brazil squad now. Then so Omakonya Ronaldinho a fan was sort from PSG Awoba. Ronaldo Fenomeno was in the peak of the game. Rivaldo, Freno. But Japan Korea 2002 and a Brazil started to say be involved Carlos and then Capo game no more.
Yeah.
So we no need the more other flanks and critique cross so you be BAB. And to Ronaldinho no so within Rivaldo has the time on a Ronaldo Fenomeno be partner in the final third. Then we'll check it from 2006 Ibano. Na Ronaldo nyini na ekosho mo yo lele say.
Yeah.
E free hub na Rivaldo so call. Na Ronaldinho that's what the prime I feel no so be drew.
Yeah.
Then 7, 8, 9, 10. 900 confederation. 2010 you more quarter final.
Yeah.
If you want Brazil bio. Now Brazil na who bio no. And yet Brazil as a oman the quality, the extreme nature of their squads and everything. Now we fear about Ronaldo. I make kind of pain say World Cup no assess from being technical World Cup to a more physical World Cup.
Okay.
Russia 2018. We should follow ya. Some of the games in Ibino. A purely physique. Belgium, Brazil, and America wasem. France, Argentina, Croatia matches no boy. Brownimbra Bedru Qatar 2022. And no, so check it Netherlands and Argentina game, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up, my pictures in me. I want to mess with you.
No, you know, celebration.
I have purely physical. Intimate Capo, 2014, not just a name of prayer, no. It was a message given to us by the gods. Send World Cup process from you know this game what it has turned to be. Now first game between Argentina and Saudi Arabia. Okay, sorry. Saudi Arabia for play here. Who Ronaldo, I know they are good here. Who Messi, who son and that. It was a look at Argentina and Saudi Arabia rivalry Ben Montem. But look at that game. Argentina team have no jet to form.
That
is the game. all the playmakers and all your Domichao. Do you think Neymar can survive 90 minutes in a World Cup game? Currently recovering from ACL, Neymar can cover from the first game of the World Cup to the last final. Acquiring France, the Messi fast, the key playmaker of the side. Acquiring Netherlands, the Messi fast, can Morocco, the Portugal game. Look at now even Ghana and Uruguay game. Look at the intense nature of the game. Can Neymar survive?
Yeah, but any sort of free bench about Kakra be at 30 be 40.
Now the mama reho was 700 said we are in a moment Vinicius, Rodrigo, Richarlison Moho, Matias Cunha Moho. Now that's what we need to name us so the greatest hope of Brazilian football. Oh, where is the hope? Brazilian football. Oh, where is the hope?
Neymar is the hope.
Now, Mami Diarra home why they appointed Ancelotti as another error prone decision.
The Ancelotti beat match Neymar anyway in every squad. No.
Look, Ancelotti go back in the career, the first squad that were parody they are successful as a manager. Ancelotti need time for project feeling Brazil at home, they need to have that at the back of their mind and start thinking twice. Ancelotti they can superstardom level no nakwaba. You can go back and check Ancelotti. Eti baby a Brazil do no. Ya trace in so say ya trace in so form. Matias Cunha na lead line no. When ka ho Martinelli mo ka ho Richarlison, Rafinha mo. The best players for Brazil currently are not the number 9s. Number 9 Brazil ni biu. They are the wider players, but it no na wider players in supporting cast. 9 for na kwa na we mo support them. You can check Bebeto, Romario, Ronaldo, Firmino. Only Brazil number 9 once a but today, more china a dancing no, define samba football no. Omuni dom so. En can France 98 check it time and Dennis and back game. Brazil Lydia, no more Dennis and Aba. No be Jija bonus, no delay time. But the key men for Brazil currently, Rafinha and Vinicius mo. Where are their number 9s? Lucas Paqueta mo. This squad no here or be our Brazil football na say. Now I check a club World Cup no. Performance in by Flamengo mo, Botafogo mo, Palmeiras mo. No one building a new face of identity for Brazilian football.
It will be very difficult new due to the current trend of even Brazilian star players playing in Europe. Now, I'm born in Akoye as a young say Europeans.
Yeah.
Akolani si Sukrana, what buy one season at the top. The following season, yeah, or free or Europe. And you may say, but you see, I don't know how they are going to do it.
Okay.
But identity of national teams are quite different from identity of clubs. Adaptation is key when it goes to clubs.
Yeah.
But I think for national teams, it is the culture. What's the 10 Argentina, opa for Moko Europe 1 billion times. They will still be who they are.
Yeah.
Spain for no, opa Chichomu, they still be who they are. Italians are pushing to go back to who they were. Italians so many abreno.
Yeah.
And now you have a trade the entire national teams nigu. Because I say, Omako for foreigners, baby. I'm going to go Juventus ni AC Milan moi. Yeah. National team there, it is totally different, and I think Brazil would need to think and understand, or more try to adapt to the current quality or more team by bringing an European coach.
Yeah.
Because money in European style. But going forward, they will need to think beyond that.
So much is so my
because they are solid players here. I go in Switzerland and I make an what I say, solid guys within Fluminense and the Flamengo more. They will do things and do it right. Never results from more clubs and
yeah. Club World Cup in Brazil for now responding. Local clubs and now we're more Europe for no do back no from Brazil now come we see near. I want to be punches at Brazil for no and the amount of conversation we dangerous for Brazil. They say check a France team from defense see attack. Check that team. Ebia all their stars better me nyon ho kakra. Say onya njinu ntumu as world class number 1. You from Milan and then France based on the now go Laurier But Saliba Konati national team better was our class 4 and 5. Saliba Konati Latras remember Bob omo Latras and me find waste time in your day. Kundemo France for boys in a boat 20 Brenfinfi way. They have a lot of quality in the final third go. You talk about Spain, Argentina squad now near Boswa. Guyane Simeone mo. So national teams ni be sorry. Squad no susa yet who's on ba Spain, France, Argentina, Portugal cannot be written off. Look at Portugal, no Mendes mo adwo mo Vitinha, João Neves mo, Ronaldo crowd, we feel say Sabre say we make we no. They say won a trophy last time. So Brazil na yankofo ni we mu. Said about Africa, yeah, na fofo ne esorofo no. Say na dey na koy Capo. And na Africans we need be na Ghana ya kwada be yes. Questions to be asked whenever a dominant force touches a trophy. Who you people say questions. Only na sha say o. Oko na where. Now Brazil crowd for na watch us omoko na Brazil o say Neymar is the hope where. Ronaldo and Kanesa.
Oh, sa no kan.
Right, Kudus there. My little advice I remember Kudus in say. Baby Odruno. So when to me a movie and call big club baby you Kudus appear, I'll be very much disappointed.
Okay.
Capo how me rank Kudus, me rank na soro pa o. Me rank Kudus soro. Na football a funny game. Obi betimi de ade ba akopɛ, odi be didi ho on life mu nyina. No the kosoro. But obi so benya talent no, you can say football talents or dribbling or passing or skills or shooting or bibia jetina the career no. From just is why we keep saying say a footballer's career is like a pyramid or a Christmas tree. E was say na kase e kosoro a na bebre pupugu na ka champion for no kwa na e kosoro ka. Enti so no so but I say no so. Say no busa me say Kudus akwa fa so dribble Africa how yi mienu miensa o mo Kudus din. Top players and him dribbling. Obaboni din. Passing Obabo Kudus din. Yeah, football, even shooting crown you still add Kudus. But when the game net here. Obi di ade baka Olivier Giroud on money na antwe Kudus be twe onche. Pass Kudus on go share. What the goal no nko aba be France all time top scorer. Table Obabo Zidane din, Obabo Giroud din ho. Ye bo Michel Platini, bo Henry din, ye bo Giroud din. But na ban kum ni tino. Yeah, for one to net and crowd break kakrebi. Look at somebody like Lukaku. Yeah, it's a Kudus multiple talents now. One. When to me, I'm fan qua. I'll be disappointed so much. You can't train was a sunny agent. So hopefully things will work out. I'll be happy. I think the Ghanaian players, one of their biggest problems is Sure. Antoine Semenyo, I really believe say I could be an opportunity to move to a top club. Yeah. If any agent need to meet Dinin Kumoye, Emma Bournemouth, but Bournemouth no so what ton Dean Hoyce and then Real Madrid or ton another centre back the number Paris Saint-Germain. What I say, what ton Milos Kekes. Yeah. At the number Liverpool, so na kokobedi and then you know be to Amanako. I understand. Yeah. But in preparation for next season or next summer, his agent should start looking for clubs and be negotiating for a price fair to Antoine Semenyo. Okay. What did they mention? If Antoine Semenyo is going for £70 million, then Brentford will have every right to step up and say because you check the numbers and the goals now. Now, Nottingham Forest are rejected 55 to 58 million pounds for Anthony Elanga. Yeah. Now, maybe Omujina, is it a pricing of players? And then Jinama Hawa, Ubia City the ball. A 20 players. So, but maybe to me, it's a team be also the value than a team for a certain player. Yeah. Say tra uncle. You try to as I selling club yes. Liverpool to him so no need team no who say Florian Vet 150 million euros plus add-ons no. Yeah. The price no to Obeto. Oh, but if they felt and then the price no yeah, that one there. City see there be and then the price no. Osemento anameboa. Yeah. From vet rock as Obeto. The price no mento. It will do the limiter. Obesa, I say there's only one club no we are say no. You Bukatanes and they be because you Bukatanes at Manchester United. No limit Krobe Quatra. It work us when a Juma na aba ho say this is bomu no mo pe kwan bi so pe bibi edisi no mo pe attention bi pe kwan bi so mo be so dey cover no manya sa so share me ba well you where you are now sure come here transfer come here dey talk cruise because there are certain clubs that so move ko but be said Napoli e okay ma me pa Inter Milan e okay o say Madrid ne Barca free picture no Madrid ne Barca dey say cruise there pressure be bad so United should even be there yeah but of a Champions League football na review but the mileage at Manchester United they be more even outside Champions League football
immense. I'm telling you, there are certain clubs when you go there, even without a major competition like the Champions League, a two different level. Because the scrutiny and everything that is attention there was on in your mouth obey a different level cry.
May
I believe say in both na say in Bodinto mo pay Mbuemo Kudus can also do it. That's why I say the difference is in Mbuemo share more goals last season. But age wise, in Mbuemo no cross when he 1 year or 2 years down. Kudus in terms of that. And I believe West Ham and the kind of coach they have now and what they want to do. No coach in the one and idea about Kuti.
Manchester for Kudus ngwachiri.
Dabi. As a man okay.
E will be no so kakra.
The Champions League football no there.
Oh yeah, Champions League.
Yeah, boys also catch Champions League.
Your clubs go on my way of wine. Me say to say Brazilian national team abu a ka wan say Genya do shemu a na ko play me your club be one my over. It takes you to a different level quite different.
Man your platform.
Obo so oba national team nukura na nante ekura be sisa. Ene ne nkomo. Oh yes.
Cause Obama you.
No na call United na say baby. Or call if omo country bi akobọ Mozambique o se baby na omo they went to Uganda to play qualifiers.
Okay.
I'm for to Gubas you say Onana
Satan no about Champions League finals.
Champions League final no bowie no call the chrome no dey fans say.
Capo.
Na club say bi okọ Johnson dem kura akwa guzo gra na cameras uzo.
But so pay Europe.
Champions League na.
The standard na club be kura so na ba be for this Excalibur. Now the club be pan na stand at Manchester United gidigidi a be foul.
The Champions League in the how and I don't know how.
Oh, there be again on the hammer per se. But
I don't know how.
But for a club like Manchester United, not Kudus be say ope no Kudus would even on there. Kudus no go up for Man United kotune. Now catch and say omuni champion obe bon asum se soro ko. No, any PR juma na meye. You see, form is temporal, class is permanent.
Of course, that one there.
There are certain standards. Yes, that's so much a club or more valuable club as CIS. The top three are always consistent. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United. It is always consistent. The pedigree and the standard of such clubs.
Champions League.
But the form can have one and fit, but still now pesobo. Now Barcelona no money na Europa kala mo preso be Sarah Rafinha. O catch Chelsea for the say masa. Moody's club so there be. Let's Chelsea bede more than the Barcelona bede.
Sure.
O say there be. And you maybe one must can't mean to.
Okay.
You maybe one must
odo.
What I say odo. No good to first camp.
It is odo.
E be the Kuta United money sa clubs. What I say opa.
Could consider. Consider now.
Oh, if Manchester United because me who say if United are paying such an amount, not Brentford for the your most Samstala, Kudus could literally fit in. Kudus will literally fit in. What must say? And yes, the Premier League no more be that.
Yeah,
he's still in the Premier League, and Obama resource.
But Kudus Bruno, another Dion.
Easy.
Kudus Bruno. But it's only 6 or bite it,
yeah.
And I'm only hoping say United you're more in a chino. Or better I could remark a copy and make for the next one share back. Back up on them one some can. Now in some new name Steve Obebuameha.
Okay.
Because me maintain your maybe as a kakra. Now baby a mijina pa ne Diego Simeone any Atletico Madrid. Maybe you'll be expectations, and today be away from two different angles. One, from the personality Nankasa perspective.
Okay.
Number two, from club and also perspective. In terms of expectation.
Okay.
Mene woka say Atletico Madrid assign Matteo Ruggeri 20 million euros. Baina 45 million euros. Cardoso almost bear 35 to 40 million euros. O check coaches almost spend this sika more in the last 10 years. Ewo Europa, Diego Simeone tosu 2.
The last
10 years. You have said 10 seasons.
Okay.
Simoni etosu 2. Guardiola ne dikai was spending 2 billion ni soro kakra.
Okay.
Guardiola spending 2 billion ni soro kakra no okuta 21 trophies.
Okay.
Simoni is spending 1 billion ni kakra. Okuta saying 3 trophies. Top 5 na Emery mu nyina wo mo. Una Emery kuta 5 trophies. Allegri mu nyina to so omukuta be 11 trophies, ebi kuta 8, ebi kuta 7. But Simeone no to so 2 ni kuta 3.
Otonso intimi vanyewe.
Last season omutis ka 95 million euros ko for Julian Alvarez, add-ons inclusive. The same season omuko for Solot. The players almost insane any the qualities. O check it, the entire make us obe fan from nipa personality perspective, no fan from the class perspective in here. Club no baby omujina say before Diego Simeone be fat team no in December 2011. May the statistics be send Shadrack. The number of finishes are no manya wo league in him no. 12th, 7th, 10th, 7th, 4th, 4th, 9th, 7th. But before team no omato so say 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd, 1st. Omaji La Liga 2 times under him. They are yet to play outside the top 4 of the Spanish La Liga. So from the clubs no perspective, Steve, now dream man say at least this is a further achievement.
Yeah.
From baby I no money dano. Any baby a ono so di o mababe dey ababedu. Club ne side ne dey. Obi o support club ni bia beka say Simone o deserve some ntoma no. Because ba no wa be move here dey ababeduru pempen so say na na yete.
Yeah.
But ofa ono amu as a coach so di nisi wono ma. Yesu e betena ase aka cho say da bi. Ne money mono e wo so pagam because ultimately spend such amount of money in the transfer market and keep on doing what o buy no na wo ye.
Oh yeah.
And the choices of signing in your maybe one ma may dream whoopee because Atletico Madrid is here Jan Oblak 32 years. The other nechi Juan Musso 31 years. Uko PM on a centre backs 4 now. Lenormand 28 years. Jimenez 30 years. Longley 30 years. Axel Witsel 36 years. Memphis is Aspliquet. So the 4 centre backs in the back pair and 28 years. They are kind of 30 and above. Right backs year 2. Cesar Aspliqueta, the age is saying 35. Another right back Nawa Molina 27 years. Oko left back Javi Galan 30 years. Ronaldo, new team player, no.
Yeah.
31 years. Your say now you are replacing one of your left backs with Matteo Ruggeri. No age no from kakra. But in the middle of the park, and also your replacement because Pablo Barros 22 young. But Konogala 25 years young. But Rodrigo Di Paul 31. Koki 33. Marcos Llorente 30. It is all sign obi to say Cardoso. That means age no so na hono o fix it.
Yeah.
Attacking midfield, Thomas Lemar. Alex Baina is far ahead of Thomas Lemar. Because the ball La Liga no, Alex Bena was the best attacking midfielder in the Spanish La Liga.
Okay.
Only replacement wedding and meaning say you are doing proper squad planning. So expectation for you as a coach will move to a different level.
And they are no credit.
Mimi when say Steve Oso want me anye another trophy next season. Atletico Madrid in Mbappe.
Omunyana kwan.
Omunyana kwan.
Because so share send your work in that period now we did 3rd, 2nd, 1st because other teams are in the competing they need that financial strength now no other way excuse say the Barcelona and Real Madrid are ahead of him. I feel say tactically he needs to either change the way or what's Atletico Madrid but the Atletico Madrid and me surprising and they say Cratchy be our for baby or who's lady way there on your level. Did you ever you just be a slave to it? you keep on providing because when him say so unyebi. That is the story of Atletico Madrid. But for Simeone, yes, our bedi, I wasn't called Osisane star no to a more winsome side, especially with majority of the signings in Koye attacking minded players. Suarez abebo, Memphis Depay abefem, Thomas Lamar munyina abefem, and Neyuenya Julian Alvarez, David Villa abebo sa team no. So Simeone ne tenure at Atletico Madrid. When you have more than enough quality, some can also break it through. The excuses that when any Madrid didn't Barca compete with team, but in that spell, Barcelona are terrible for a number of years. So I was saying, the next stage of the career, that's changing things to win more. But for Atletico, a club will be a massive following. Our supporters and they won't settle for lesser. He will be a goner. Long time ago. Ultimately, yes, we were united.
So that team knows you're okay with.
And I make us say, to say, guy, might not go far again or brother. But to Tony, mana because wanya.
Atletico first was almost say Diego Simeone come manager be on top of mass.
Sano, without that, without really, me say, I was I love you too. I love you too. I love you too. I know more. So that is the state. Esa pagana na ne telekra woni se ono ne so ba kra wonya bibiem da. Wo jana ma ne kwa.
Sanity.
Ti so kan ne na akoma botum.
Okay.
Na bo se prim.
You pressure kungo.
Na pressure kungo. We be fresh so blender no man so we ni na. So you say na level. You see when you spend around 1 billion euros. You are getting to the level of how Barcelona and Real Madrid spent.
Yeah.
Now to be top player 95 million euros. Now Spain first and then Real Madrid and Barcelona the top player 95 million euros plus add-ons. But then Wontumi to
compete.
So what I say, you see, if you are ready to spend, you should be ready to overtake. In world football, if you are ready to spend, you should be ready to overtake. For example, when City decided to invest, Oboko for new owners don't buy England no. When the catch us and Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Munete so. Yebobo league na we no anya Arsenal Manchester United and Manchester United Chelsea even within that period. Over Bresa because Roman Abramovich to meet those days say be a 40 million pounds, 50 million pounds. So I offer superstar. I will be club not number. Ferguson shower na ya dey opposition team on bra. Not the be the Arsenal, not the be the Tottenham Hotspur, not pick the bar. City buy no say there be. But City spent enough money. And now they've reaped the results. Almost breaking a lot of man England ho. So we mun G League to so we mun G League bebre. We mun G almost breaking some your money nyina. So if you are ready to spend, it doesn't matter about Barcelona or Real Madrid. So even within that period, what in G League and then just won't mean. Would be Barcelona and Real Madrid dominance equal. So come on with the new league na. So what you mean? So per one kasa low standard no crown what G League 2. What about Champions League final do say? 2. Move to the next level.
Obi say we a Kofi Bento. Ose Akomia, you can't blame him too much because there is Barca and the Real Madrid. And Barca and Real Madrid they buy quality than they do.
Now you know Muji League in Barca and Madrid and to quality.
Womu spende wase do baby a Barca omo makochi ko Madrid so sisa coach ba ono so ono an.
Say the advantage no crowd for him no crowd should be say almost sisa coaches ba wo de bia wo. Oh, I'm being honest.
Terrain ni chair omo.
Only terrain ni chair omo ba ni na. And number 2, even with the dominance of Real Madrid and Barca Waji League 2 times. This is on one yam mo free mo okopa di on one yam mo
Paulino ni we mu nyina ba ni na mu sometimes.
Basa sesan tebe bia be kuma mo ma bread time. Hwe de akoye Oscar bebrebe Bretwet.
O mu nyina
Oscar Mengweza. O mu nyina Romeo o mu nyina betwetwa mu Barcelona ko.
Yeah.
Clement Longley na Barca for terminating contract is a time. O ma bread. Edu maybe Paulino no money down so you bobo na just Paulino
funny free China buy.
Oko funny free China. E dey na ba. Want me anya hwe. It's that one dey all the more excuse one dey ah.
Enye yo.
David enye yi.
Some do for na bono ne Barca bono too much.
Number sa community wo ka okwa. The next phase of Atletico Madrid Adjumano. O sake no hwan na wo dey ne ba. O dey ne ba o change identity na wa create with 10 years no. And now you force the person to stay in there. To say the Christian Kivu, Interforce on tour Simeone Inzaghi. I must want to trust Pepe. So Etienne Benyo Bia. The Simeone ideology no or the Baba Beye I'm telling you.
You see the
almost switch entirely.
You see the new canon. You see, so be to us Simeone Inzaghi the NSO. He has been successful in a way. You see, the only problem he had in SA, I think tactically in that last final, they met the best team. Only antidote to stop them. So what I say. Yeah. But for 10 years, Atletico Madrid ain't here a switch from the Diego Simeone era. They will need a switch. Because also Pep Guardiola, and now you baby about Guardiola. He has tweaked the style no, in a way.
Yeah.
Guardiola says maybe how he approached.
But hasn't moved from attacking football.
But because it's still successful.
The emphasis is on attacking football.
He's still winning. He's still winning with that. He's winning the big trophies with that. But Obusa was a 10-year period. Is Diego Simeone winning with the quality? Any huge financial fees and
10 years yes. 10 years he had to create the winning foundation.
Yes.
It told you 10 years. Pep Guardiola no be a year kwam. Yeah, Roberto Mancini and Pellegrini no why kwam.
But we need the why but in winning.
Oh no, and I can say from 2011 no buy no club where Europa League club. Yeah, boss season be no say a second draw Europa, but he's changed everybody's mentality. The president, players, the fans, the club's culture, he's changed it.
Agreed.
But Pep the end will be na kwam Mancini be Pellegrini
Pep is not playing the identity of the predecessors. He's playing the identity of Pep Guardiola.
With the focus of attacking football.
Yes. And they are still
so they have it. So
but you ask yourself, say, Atletico Madrid, a winsome strategy to still keep hold of, or something I refuse. Say, based on the quality any scanner you're spending on, we can get more than the other money in terms of on-field results.
The next person or Bebano, Sameji Atumwa, or be change club identity with a focus on attacking football, or my way no Simeone.
But what is the United identity? Every club is seeking victories based on the money out of the core market.
Yes.
So the identity ends with results. So whatever will bring Atletico Madrid, UEFA champion.
Results. What kind of results?
Because look at
a match with expectation, but he has been successful.
No, look at
differences were more.
You see,
a match with expectation, but he has been successful.
Success is subjective.
Okay.
Yeah, it
comes in various forms.
That is it.
But share a team and what has financial strength to even go for a player or you rated 94 million euros means something else. Let's look at PSG. Or when you're different coaches.
Yeah.
Or when you're different coaches.
Sure.
But coach way by, he's playing in a different way. Changing the narrative.
But none of the coaches was a defensive coach. All of them were attacking football. But variety of attacking football will be adeba.
Yes.
Abenkwan kro obetumi have test Abenkwan be 10 bia benya test bani na be Abenkwan. All of the coaches PSG has appointed no omunyina ba they play attacking football but with different variety.
Yeah.
Zidane the squad of DJ Champions League opa check Simeone Jose so squad of DJ Champions League no. Na check Ancelotti there no.
Yeah.
Ancelotti near in America no. Zidane Ancelotti back opa check that squad no. So difference Zidane the one we cast that squad no. Capo, Ancelotti squad and no only Jose Jaima Zidane no. Zidane the wine the shame wo.
Yeah. The American say.
One for Bianca. Basa Saki coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saki coach. Xavi Jack Basa how akon and deflect the do sana be shame. Two coaches in attacking football.
So you are
that's the point.
So you are on the same page.
You are on the same page with us.
No, I'm not on the same page.
You are on the same account.
You are on the same page.
You are on the same page.
You are on the same page.
At the end of the count, knowing said the club our quality to do what they are expecting. So what I say, you don't necessarily have to add a lot because the quality over there, enough to win them Your coach is farmer. So you are on the same page.
Akumia 10 years now, or the Bua or the judges Simeone, no. 10 years, no. It be setting the culture and the foundation.
Well, with the 10 years, no, Mami Fawin Rim, Mike and so Mickey, suggestion was say a problem with Simeone Ewahani say he has overstayed his relevance. He was relevant then due to his status, prevailing due to various factors, especially players available. But over 10 years, he has failed.
He has failed to evolve. He has failed.
You may appreciate it.
2 years, 10 years, he has failed.
You may appreciate it properly. When you look at the 10-year period, the quality and the skill set of players are Simeone overseen.
Never opponent project so.
Yes, you are.
And the opponent project is always there.
It's always there, but the people there more go.
You see,
leeway.
Would you say, sir? Would you say,
sir? It's because Champions League will be group stage.
Would you say, sir? Real Madrid team here or say? Last season, PSG, Belgium, PSG team they are better than them in terms of on project and quality or Mukitana. No, but you need coaching. My emphasis in football has always been coaching. If you have a good coach, you see, they can make use of whatever you have. You have Luis Suarez. You have David Villa. You have
Simeone Adjuana Steve should have filled in a song. Look beyond that.
You see,
club no say
club no be determine this say what
failure because set the culture
more target club na kasa on target
and make us and when they are earlier we make us say Manchester United to say Liverpool to say Barcelona on be sacking because they won't settle for less. Club will be in who obey 90 obey 70 consistently. Because the idea is that you want to compete for that Felix Amaro review.
Thank you for Manchester Tambe.
Thank you for Manchester free 1987 bad baby no.
For Manchester no. Time the Manchester TC
1992 bad no the Manchester.
No. And no be reaching in Pompon so with the trouble in 1999. 99 no out 2001 national and Wenger unity Wenger free Japan or buy
and class was sat
yes on the boss was still there he was not sacked
no competition
yes and Jose be can figure
and was sat Jose
and then rival no could Jose and then Wenger omodo we say pepio mo hene no figure that so I say wait till Manchester Sakeno. No, hold it for me.
Because he was successful.
Successful during Jose time. The time that Jose be found trophy.
That was proven before Jose over.
More.
Manchester United won the UEFA champions. They were still relevant.
Good. Jose time Man United the Champions League.
Yeah.
But they're okay.
Simeone no take time and listen. Simeone no
without Simeone, he is capable of being better than a team now.
He has elevated them.
Agree.
Elevation is very big in this game. And club from Europa to Champions League. Hold it, Takumia. Champions League and so and so 2014. Look at the final of 2016. He has battled it out with Barca and then Madrid. Nobody attached up here. Liverpool near Bayern near. 10 years now why he's brought to this club. Transition after transition.
Yeah.
Fagi die Jose ne Wenger buy no mo hano no. Ye man come and sabe 2013 no. And san o say me check Everton mo David Moyes bi o mo fa Moyes me na be so. Even club ring am chairman say when na peno. No who say Pep Emma. No Pep who say Pep Emma and appointed Moyes. Why are we putting pressure on Simeone say chinchina Manu I didn't say Simeone no. I saw the trophy Baba say and then there's success. No, one elevation and the club's culture. No, nobody in Atletico now thinks about Europa.
So why would the club spend 120 million euros?
And it is down to
reason.
Club or no, and the be determined say.
He's lucky,
he has done a massive job.
That will spend that money and we will expect.
And then lack.
No, he's fortunate.
We have been here. Liverpool, Kenny Douglas, now one farmer now. Kenny Douglas, Liverpool, after Benitez, call you. I didn't know
spend the near saying.
And it's dating a man
who is spending it.
So far, you buy and the Caron, by Suarez. Caron Kua signing no. What did Jasu Basil and name? What has bought the Kenny Douglas? Simeone hasn't failed.
He has. Capo, 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 your club expectation.
Yeah.
And your nipa no as a coach in Nankasa, the baby or free body baby or do expectation. I say
expectation.
No, maybe. I strongly believe say club economy none in your message as a brabo.
Yeah.
Oko and now taste. Essa. First, ebia na de aduane bia e bedru mrebi no bedru stage bi no say aduane no. First na town tournament so. Ba obedru baby obeto abeto na mato so.
Okay.
Baby a okofa Atletico Madrid di free buy no. No kore so wasesa team ni shebre.
Yeah.
Or the team na bedru pempen so bi. Ba pompon so obi o madru no. Edru baby a club no ba begina baby a omo hia trophies. New Mamanusi me the better so. Mamanusi me the better so. My first question into an answer. Second question. Do obeba second one here. Obe change the way set and pompon so my baby me to me say you can't spend over 1 billion euros. Till I cite example of coaches are within the last 10 years. The amount of money you must spend it. Any the trophies or magic. Any the expectation that around set coaches almost to be GB.
Yeah.
Me to me say the squad of my build at Atletico Madrid. It's not only meant to be playing the style of Diego Simeone.
Okay.
I've seen Diego Simeone team dominating games, possessing games. I've seen Diego Simeone teams so defender. Even currently I know what I say. The identity of Diego Simeone in Ankasana is lacking within this team. Because on when you say the team you built on defense and then the defenders. Leon is not even a typical defender. Diego Simeone be come market ma ko fan the
yeah.
Come on, de bruta.
He's changing a lot.
Come on, de bruta. Maybe
he's changing a lot of things. I believe so. Coaches within this particular terrain. Definitely Atletico Madrid can get a coach within this team. Players no woman who adapt to any kind of formation. Pablo Barrios, Alex Baena, Cardos under Pellegrini in possessive football no more. Meboa. Julian Alvarez one City.
Yeah.
Solo Tambo Villarreal. You bet me about players ni dia Molina bo Argentina national team. Na coach say what system imu kra no. Who the team Atletico Madrid team we say more we dey no mutimi coach. Even Roberto Mancini. I nay. Oja Italy team ni si won ko be fatim won be yajuma. Etimi ade trophy. Me person be bia me gina say he has no excuse to tell us say Atletico Madrid bet me akwa another season trophyless. No.
Well, and Ubetima a good baby, Biabe no, and no competition. Now,
when about Samabo League, I be done as I'm in house.
Because Emmanuel,
that's a top 45, also top 45.
Emmanuel Becquin Jr. say, okay, or say new thing is right. You can't dominate in Messi's and Ronaldo's era.
I want you league too.
But was going to mean dominate.
We are not talking about dominance here.
Okay, and that's what
let's put it into context. We are not talking about dominance here.
But two Champions League finals.
We are not talking about dominance here. We are talking about say, I don't know your day ma what the home fast way day. Ebeba. So what means spending? No, the last 10 years, no one spending over 1 billion or 3. At least money you're looking at trophies. Of course, every football club is spending this amount of money and they are looking at trophies.
And you know, Champions League, PG spending, don't send a Champions League. And it's a PG spending, no, don't send a trophy by before Ricky.
Mama is to
PG spending, no, don't send a Champions League.
You are answering the questions you are asking. People say don't say no mobile. Is the reason they kept sacking managers.
You think I was saying just spending behind the trophy, no? That's my answer. Just spending behind the trophy, but spending the team. Atata buy and then spending to elevate Arsenal into the front seat. Oh, na to Arsenal fight it. And yes, say Atata bani most.
Enti Simeone on left here.
Now for trophy too, my.
Okay.
On your Champions League.
I'm spending 1 billion. I'm spending 1 billion in 3 years.
Why do you want to look at the game through the field? And why do you want to watch the game just on what you see?
He's not even maximizing the quality of some of the players within his team. He's not even maximizing
Over Mancini.
Every sport I will be asking.
Yeah.
Say and now the commercial side of football but everything sport I will be asking. I had the glory any
okay.
Anything sports I will be asking. The end results I had glory. What are we talking about in terms of Usain Bolt? It's the fact that he's the fastest man. Way. See, can you bet him discuss it? Okay. The training here, we can discuss it. Not all glories but the fact is that
not all glories are trophies. Not all glories are trophies.
Everything sports.
Everything. But not all glories are trophies. South Africa 2010, jump penalty no bottle channel. We are still successful. 2010 jump penalty no to but we are still successful.
At the end of the day, the world celebrated Spain winning the trophy. Not Ghana losing to Uruguay.
Yeah.
So I had the same sport. And I make us a success now. Subjective. It comes in various forms because the quality of Blasters team no, at the level you wouldn't say you wouldn't predict Blaster going to win the World Cup. Okay. But baby I will do a wunruda, so you celebrate, you jubilate. That is how it is. But a BBA will be sports piano. The end game is the glory, which is the trophy. Mejitum say elevation, whatever he's saying, is there. But who drew baby when who elevated drew level beer? I was saying we'll call another level.
Like I said, but Pani this Kabafi. But Pani be too for
another level now person who koninti. Ain't na Pep Guardiola be fast Pellegrini team no aje Premier League. But they wanted to go another level. Gal Clichy, Bakary Sanya and Dems. Guardiola changed 2 goalkeepers. Okofa Claudio Bravo and a Joe Hart to Jan Okwan and Okofa Ederson. Why do you think sir? How many goalkeepers? Not Man City nya elevation now because before then no more winning league Premier League in Ibida no monje. But he so said the project and the team no have fun. I want the potential to go higher than the original. So he started spending at the Bimoba. Atletico Madrid for if the thinking is that we can't compete with Barca and Real Madrid, they would dare not go into that market with 90 million. So then elevation in 10 years period. Club of Liverpool, no, we were down there. You were chill baby, or elevated Drew baby, and to a Drew baby who say team no potential. He went in with 70 million for Alisson Becker.
I still will not talk as you
for Alisson Becker. Oh, we are not far catching your friends Van Dijk because the team know who potential they can't settle for baby or Madruno, so they would need to elevate. When on any compete Manchester City and then Chelsea. Coaches Ben and no more compete. Thomas Tuchel Ebefem and then Pep Guardiola at Nawache. So they can't settle for and they me personally I feel say Klopp up picture the foundations of Liverpool Andrew baby. But there are certain seasons be where Klopp na the makings, the wrongdoing. Emma Liverpool loses certain trophies. For him, in as much as revered, as Liverpool fans, you can pinpoint certain seasons and say Klopp anya there. So you elevate the club. Udru baby, Sikana should tell us a story. The Sikaya Odi Koidie. The end game is that when I open, say, settle for elevation, there you dare not go the extra mile. So he's lucky to be at a team or build a foundation of a transition from Europa League team to a Champions League team. No team near okay. Any other team, he won't survive. Any other team because me ye pass and yeah or coaches ni celebrate because of trophies. Ebimu ha. Omuja an impact on the game. You celebrate those coaches. But the 120 million kofa Yao Felix, Okofa Julian Alvarez, Ofa Suarez. And I like the team no more. A team World Club Championship. A team is capable of winning the Champions League on 2 successive seasons. And two back say now the Champions League has they always been competed between Real Madrid and Barcelona. How many years in Barcelona in the Champions League? And a 10-year period. So what are you talking about? Say you can't compete with Real Madrid and Barcelona. Once during that period, there have been different clubs on match Champions League. No? Chelsea are winning Champions League. Liverpool are winning Champions League. Or Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain are Babaji. So any the bona fide property of Real Madrid, but because a certain manager has failed to learn And he has failed to change the way, best suit the quality that he has, I best translate it into winning major competition for the club now. Okay. So he will never be alive at different clubs. Pressure.
It is Tottenham for crowd to meet European title, no more Pamco.
May say, Pochettino didn't the Champions League final or the second. Yeah. So any club year Simeone will not be their coach. Yeah.
Second, local league he has
done well.
Andrew Postecoglou
But Manchester United is spending 90 million on Paul Pogba. What they buy? One was Manchester United, they have first 13 players be enquire Bashomo. Jadon Sancho is saying 72 million. And a Julian Alvarez is saying. So we are sure pass Alvarez and the quality of Kutano uncle or any other team but for Atletico Madrid. Anka the levels now the same eye only a division. So me take anything from Simeone. He has been a good coach. But level no Bruno. He's supposed to be a brilliant one based on the trophies and the Sikana was spending. Okay. He is stuck. They will need help. They don't have to build a team in the image of Diego Simeone. Because other coaches, Pep Guardiola buy so more Pellegrini. Yeah. But he's still winning. So they will need a coach. Level now will elevate here Bruno. Or bet Poaso the magic success. Or best switch it for Diego Simeone ways. That's basically and some near my but and then me person should be big to them so
yeah.
Ghana for I am very interested in the transfer window.
Yeah.
A lot has been said about Kudus, Semenyo, and then Kamadi.
Yeah.
You see, Ghanaians fell in love with the Premier League a very long time ago. But for some time now, the energy, the English Premiership, especially from Ghana, I think the expression of that desire, simply because Ghana finding who players or grab headlines, be brave.
Yeah.
So do na ekodo Chelsea as a result of Michael Essien. Now since Muntari and then Essien a free scene, I had then say you bet me akasa bebre about Ghanaian footballers. A dinner no mo jina no mo nje say ya bobe 3 months be yankosha system and you 8 goals so we are jubilating. They gave us consistent top class performances. And in the UEFA Champions League when it mattered most in the final 2009. Ne Essien year the Zidane year in 2002 or then left in a ball short akosha against Barcelona, a celebrity club, and I know Osheguna Etiano in the Muntari year. That is the sort of image Ghana for person so players in FM. Now me focus no Kamadi. Reports nature say a likely so be joining Atlanta. Now Osha team of free buy or joining Sarantina. That is Rene. In the last 3 seasons, Rene voted the best club in terms of academy, who produce quality.
Yeah.
And Yehu Rafinha, Kamavinga, Yehu Jeremy Doku. These are players so grab the headlines. Baroshe Kamadina or a player watch so potential. But in football, potential without exhibition. Kasatente. Yes. Osha Kamadi last season he played 26 games in the Premier League. He scored 1 goal, assisted 1. Osha the EFL Cup no about 2 matches. I think Osha 2 goals and 1 assist. But they say football ankasa na ejina wingers so. Inti se mekaze na listed the world 10 top players are. One sha obobo 10 ni wi a. Emu 9 aye wingers. Okasa who you world best players who bobo wankasa wo ye o Leicester o trefie bobo list. Unwie no bon say emu no omo dominate wingers. Yeah. That's where he plays. Machine on several occasions. But the exhibition no lucky when he gave him. He has the potential, but he lacks the exhibition, that which is the final product. Until the muna yehuna exhibiting here. That is what Lami Yama and the other guys are doing. So, we'll move it to Atlanta. Italian League na award the knack for reviving careers. We only peak. He's 23.
Yeah.
So I think say career ne dey or no ane dia. The person who you be he can choose to do with it in a career. But he has a responsibility for Ghanaians to be proud of in a career. Send Michael is ni Muntari Muye. Career na yo mo dia. Asamoah career na ye ni dia nti. Ghana for coming up against the move to our end. Because ayene dia nti, he decided to go there for the money.
Sure.
But even before taking that step, no am I reasons to be proud of him. So Kamadin will potential. No? Ghana for a lot about Kamadin, but we are yet to be proud of the Techiman boy. Until back in the shape of the Jeremy Dukuyi, I feel he can do same. But football, no, you may have the potential, but without the exhibition on the field, I beg you, and intimate. It's in as much as say kudos diano I will be kase okoshe Manchester say ni team ni nya players into okase bia good player bia offer for him or Manchester United you unso nim say player bia oba obi abesa to kudos mesa na ye World Cup no emoye ana. So he's moving to Atlanta. Over the years I revive careers.
Yes,
if Oye now junior year he will be the next player I obey most sought after. Because there are a lot of their desire do free Rene. So I think he equally have the abilities to do that. But don't check him out in life. I say there's something lacking, and that's the proper exhibition. So he's a very good player. But you train say finally, put that swagger. That killer instinct to his game. Without that, he'll be a potential cancer player. Be by no easy, and he will play on the ball to break. But I think if Obetima make it that move, personally, I'll be happy and I'll be monitoring. But Kamadin, you have your career in your hands. It's time to make Ghanaians proud of what Nyamede Mounty. We waste time. No?
Okay.
We just come to the local. I think you may be from Gaka, which I would want to touch on. So that is the little bit on Kamadi.
Good. Me da say Stephen Buadi ana out here say one iron idea or Kamadin ho edia ma yebe ko na fi ya hearing local news no na ya to aso dey for about time han sem bebre ho our local front. About time say bibi aboko bi me.
Baby I come.
Oh yeah na me ase pa. Sem ofie.
Sem
ofie. Gaka won sem. Ana
Gaka on some
okay. Yeah, Monkome.
Honorable Kofi Adams so one in some.
Oh, okay.
And some ho. Na James Maila Kosiapia on some.
Oh, okay.
Tibi Komo Bebre, Nebrin Tibi Chasura and short. Okay.
Sure. Young Comra.
Right, Yamaya Tia for Kwaba from Wontumi 101.3 and half Wontumi television. So a browser said a few summoner and so it's Edema Yatia for now. Yensos ye and fell free nurse me pacho a Gaka. One more and so Akachina Gaka Kachano Yen say and Chana Gaka top 4 and also 8 Mabaso. Na Enumono Anam Pacho open a fan answer. I got Kotina Yemianum Sporty FM and no do commando what in Comobre and a buy Bako and some Bashan. Simple say omobo regional football womobo amabians eto akmasade ombo Gaka to and top 4 no near bo president Capo no your bo regional there na bibians eto kama pande sanseri na and also ekokotu dwa na nuachi wonim say ye didi di nkoma ye ka sansem ni na no opanyina ne din ensore ansa eto aso ye bisa na ba officiating na ekoso anom enso eto Ghana ye Premier League ni mo papa ni cheche nsem bebre enso so eti di che yentie nsema odi tuja.
When we chase Lefty as the leader of the clubs, I mean, I have some information from some of them. We will not be happy, but I think that there have been extreme efforts from where I sit and the formations I had to correct that coming season. To correct that, I think the only problem that I'm trying to also speak to our clubs to also change their way of doing things. You know, sponsorship goes with so many things. When we chase referees at pitches because he did not do well, or maybe we are not supporting his officiating way, and then we just decide to take the law into our own hands. If you have a company, maybe you have some money sitting somewhere, you want to give charity, not necessarily even sponsorship, but in your mind you are giving charity, so you decide to sponsor. Will you associate yourself with those things?
Absolutely not.
And those are the areas I think that all of us, leading by Gaka, we need to correct. We really need to correct it, and then the sponsorship will obviously come.
Nesano answer to me and Yamaka crop and Saka Cocotu Jana and once one ma. Yanni did Common and a Mubisana say Yama Bay and I was say yes, Sanya Bay Boy, no league no attracted sponsors. Now Openi John answer we say at the train. Okay, yes, sir. You been and then so to the man now. What would you not say? I could young torso and from and I'm pursuing young figure catch not young torso or collapse now catch now. You run well, Crobia, Asante Kotoko, Ukuma Pima, a Pimaba is their motto now. Reporter and source etwaka say Mr. James Akwasi Apia, also IMC member. Now, always enter Kotoko game. As some 8 months and Mano South Africa. Women Kaiser Chiefs and their turns almost 8 mabo. Now, reporter and source etwaka so Penino and Kaiser Chiefs. Women are ready and sweat with him. Now, Ninchemu Bakodi can edify and so say, or trying to say, that be an collaborator and also ebetua to Sanya Baya and never one beneficials be brave and also extra between Omo and Kaiser Chiefs Bobo and so could you tell some James Maila Kwasiapia Edituja.
You know, with that Sanjigo to call, it's not just about football.
Yeah.
You know, it's about having, as the chairman said, the collaboration is more important. I'm looking at a situation where in future we might be coming with our legends.
Yeah.
So that our legends will play with the Kaiser Chief legends. And then from there, apart from that, there are many opportunities. And yesterday we learned a lot of things, especially at the Kaiser Chiefs camp, which I think when we emulate those things in with our Sanjigo to call to upgrade our level. So we are not just looking at the football. We are looking at so many factors around it.
Nesano answer to I and some kakra. What Penya fan James Maile Akwasiapia IMC member. Hadema Aya Asante Kotoko Odituja. Na and once one ma and what you know say or bo Aya Kaiser Chiefs for Nabaso essence or set up. Almost Atimaya or Rexa Kotoko. Almost ebetima two sana money bina bibia Kamesan say Oba Ghana say na the attention of football pitches be for football pa. I was a team improve na bibia 8 year kama. Yentie sama Odituja.
Chief was their youth, the levels that and the way they've structured it. You know, that's something we want to emulate so that in future you get a whole lot of talents coming up from not only Asante Kotoko but from Ghana as a whole. The only problem we're having is our pitches. We will just went through the city. And we saw so many beautiful pitches, you know, and when it comes to football, you can only get better when you have very good pitches. But not only Ghana, if you look around all other countries in Africa, that is one of our major issues.
So Enfama Yatifwa Nasa Yatoswa Janko Aya Sports Minister Nakate Honorable Aya Dasa Honorable Sports Minister and reporter sounds 8 workers or in a good one message. Honorable Kofi Adams at the Ama Black Queens ahead of a Women's Africa Cup of Nations and those 8 Tojo Morocco. Now Papanes on behalf of President John Dramani Mahamano and of Ghana for you now Omoka Chamanes Omonko Nomoko Lefty Ghana Francano Ewasro
of Ghana. I extend our heartfelt wishes to the Black Queens as they prepare for the Women's African Cup of Nations in Morocco, scheduled from July 5th to July 26th. As a Minister for Sports and Recreation, I want to affirm that the entire nation is firmly with you, and we trust in your ability to represent Ghana with distinction and excellence. This isn't just a tournament. It is a celebration of talent, passion, power. And at the forefront are our black queens, fierce, fearless, and ready to conquer. Please go for Ghana. Do it for Ghana. We are capable of conquering Africa and beyond. Thank you.
San Seminas Atimida Tuja, Yada Chedam for young cook Bibiani, Niani Komoka Cranfan Free Bibiani na, said ya I am not be a buy breaking stories at the man who Dianus Esiacono, Ahomano Asa Kobiemna at Twayano, the test at this time Bibiani for the Maniachum Ewan cry. Reporter said can say a crowns Omu goalkeeper, your friend Osei Kojo Bonsu, Osei Kojo Bonsu, Demisaka San Penifoni Dukomo, I ain't Chebiano, Omoso and San Sobeto Akano, no etwa ba sina kai enso eti da ma Gold Stars bobo enso kona bias etwa kama ye gina Gold Stars CD wonim sa branch ya friend Edward Ajeman enwa anono so ade pen SC paper so sign the contract edma Gold Stars bobo enso ko fi Vision FC ana ono so join Gold Stars bobo kono a branch na division for us say esiani kaja eni aseda ni teammate womo ono di agro enso etwa Vision FC no womo anama na dum pempenso a nurse ono so adunte esiani kaja de Yasada, Yentia Saudi two. Jantwan Samno Some Fama, Yatia 480, Nessa, ne Wontumi, 101.3, Urama, a bunch of D and so that Jenny Boatin. Also Sinakai, Edema Football Club, a friend of Gold Stars, and Nanwada, and sign the contract at the moment. Honestly, Bisan and the toughest opponent. One in a Sia or Ghana Premier League in more, or Chem say, Eritrea. Jantwa Jumadiano so enfama yatie for dia nampacho yewem ensom etimu anasa brantia ye fana Dari Haruna na kati ono goalkeeper de Sante Kotoko na ye fontia tie fonse sa goalkeeper yi reporter me source etwakas wanya sign the contract edama Kotoko enso etmawie na yani Haruna Dari Aziz edi komani ebisa Aziz na o John Kotoko no se na netie akọ ne ba se na netie on John Kotoko se enetie yenti Aziz nse wadi tuja
opportunity. Again, some family in Kotoko 4. So me honor this opportunity by me now, so no, I think I was very proud and I was very, very happy. And my hesitate to say, yeah, may I accept Kotoko, and I say I just accepted them, and for now I'm here.
What's your first contact now? Now sure.
Ana any branch di community bisanse first kwa and also etie ba no so no opportunity otenas odwene ho ansampo ana oya
say bia Kotoko ehia me no me ankasa me who say okay, then I've been doing a very good job, and I carry me to this level. Other part, and so make us a pressure because Kotoko, there's a lot of very great goalkeepers. Amaba Kotoko, Abesenyako. So if they also back Kotoko, you have to do very a double work. We say, okay, we are the right person to be in this position. No? So I think say other hand no pressure, other hand no say very big motivation.
You think you have what it takes to?
Nessa no answer to me kakra and also to me to John. We are not say Empenifu bebre efrefreno empenifu de ebi frefreno pa James Maila Kwasiapia efreno enwachi Lord Opokunti enso to frefreno na se empenifu efreno mbusa se e boss so be adwuma de makotokwa na utu okra na e wo se e wan a eno se yentie se de ono so tichire
real because coach Kwasiapia na frame make James say ni say no am I ready now because I'm ever ready, and again Coach Prince and so free America him to say I'm ready and I'm always ready, and me and papa so continue so free America him say no I'm so okay, I'm ever ready. Yeah,
at the end of
to me kakra branch fano Aziz Haruna Dari new Kotoko goalkeeper what the Sanso now etimi tuja yada de chedam yete for Capo I am first na oni abedwafo enso etimi entoaso
medasi obatan na wate se ode kakra ba new we de momre na yenrewrem ye ne Rafik Aminu ebetwetwe nkomo from India wababe duntie nkomo aye bonti mo bono pepa pipa na fi area ya bana any international player bon come from India
busano
and nyase we never bo Indian come Fabiani abimo nsem nyina bepia
no we say bebre busano because there stories bebre see susano kwaya se Ghana and India bo friendly match bi
yes am
almost 99 one have busano so kwa what TV
story ni go ha we bo Indian come mama start new mama 5 minutes na body tough family in semi or the agui will be 5
because you emphasize on why your clubs here some strong partnership or outside. Football has gotten into a stage where bigger financial investors and investment about your football. You go around the country who a lot of players the court football no but question back when I want to say players in what does the future hold for them? I travel across Ghana now but I do be a crowd driver come do no more Sunday now I'm about be a U15 Ushebia not the basic things that are done on the field no one will be but it has to be trajectory then twice what I say sikani ni football at all. Tirano Accra Lions eco partner. I'm say Frankfurt our Bundesliga and I was so happy. One partnership and I was so happy. We've seen Kotoko Sunderland. We've seen Kotoko Southampton and Kotokone Kaizer Chiefs Susudi. The anima junior ayemene say players ya Kotoko produce and all that. Wontumi you so many now. Wontumi you so many now. Now sometimes play one man will break or do baby a person walk. But because on a club we will partnership say on another man first option. Yes, on player no. And also nobody are not fairly and it builds that cordial relationship between the two clubs. Oh, I come here now so say about board level we say person movie call any contractual agreement I get 2 years person turn say Kaizer Chiefs mu here me further na and here me further papa it creates that bridge. So coach Kasepi asem na work dey ne kwan so ano no ma ho Cincinnati ne has folk partnership na no Salima da mo ko ball ho e bae the problem is that Capo to be a partnership no it would be formed but the lasting nature of it no unhunu anything me boko to Sunderland ma boko to Southampton crowd dey enche yo but we hu ba bia akwasi and sometimes benefit ne to say e mutual and I benefit nko a benefit and now one corner benefit. Nina Yanima, as I say, yes. So coach was up here, but nim dear drew of football. Na another team let's say on to Niman how first and a around the club. No, so Timia cassette Chiefs Nekotoko partnership and so and they it's probably for the foreseeable future there. Let's hope and praise a partnership no ebebaso. And they are mobekoi. Players in Subenya exposure. Huge exposure for some of these players. Mekai said media ma IG League in order media never go US. Satana my join a club and I go Africa. I'm so the IG League ni bi. Go be a bit be me say be honest with you IG League ni bi. You come America na ba. You come Nigeria na go for you na ba. It's a big exposure to my boys. So now
for no sa contract no match man na.
I be bio.
Go mo ka sa fi bio ba G League bio ba ko ball America.
I be bio.
Yes you bisa wo mo di anko.
Enye no na smart buko jane. Bra. Allah smart mo. Ani ya gugu mo.
Oh yeah.
Edru ha wa ma bi na. America for any ati bra. O many ati was ade no. E be dey say you was ade ade say go stars na kotukwa GFA Cup into me no but tie hwe bia na mpanifo timi akeko say e ba so there it's massive for whoever has the opportunity. Exposure. This game na Capo so when exposure bow we in Centurionia unya exposure bow we the key actor of course football a bow photographer net we or you be the take kotokoni nyina kotokotu kwan a we so twene bag ase no so baka say hey chale me camera no me ba me use bio you know you go to the bigger early stages no who say Kaizer Chiefs omo dressing room you call Ismail Ali no omo dressing room no Capo dressing room no your baby abetimi aye fiscals kakra ho your baby abe dressing room asem na make your baby abe warm up your table of coffee, no fruit, no chocolate in our dressing room. Big dressing room. This is studio. I call okay to office or coach big dressing room. But call Baba Yara dressing room. Get to you call such places in one. Even younger stadium, Julius Nyerere. What a place. Stadium dressing room no. Me drama corner me show baby Capo. No. It gives you bigger exposure. So what you got to focus on it will help them towards Africa because this squad is quite younger. What to compare African trips on my there. So let's see that bond of our forms is here, a bit blossom now I am mutual benefit to the two clubs, Capo.
Well, that's within that why I'm a quick one. Steve O'Brien now also for 5 minutes in we are Akomianso Emra na into us. Steve.
Yeah, Capo. Gaka for say just after every President's Cup, possibly we be looking at regional minister Capo. You see,
Minister Cup.
What I would say to them that they just have to be proactive. They should be serious. You see. Nienti Ghana football jina baby jina ni nyina because of Gaka because I'm gonna start yema unse before now football run by the government no FA president no running these people start say a pressure group say yema football people running football and they did more na Gaka na show more slogan no more vision almost say they are into cater for the welfare of clubs. Me perceive me quote on say we intina be nka. Yeah. Say bia ma was say the vision and mission of Gaka no and they say to pursue the welfare issues of league clubs in Ghana and offer material and financial assistance and support when necessary. Yet Hana league clubs in me cause players be in 2 or more 7 months. Yeah. Coaches BC Kako player welfare in terms of injury. Clubs now be crowned how they will sustain themselves in the league near a problem. What never be to say Gaka say or back to the aid of clubs. Or say the heart and soul of Ghana league clubs. Capo. Yet say Gaka they should be serious. Okay. Way back in 2004, now people were rushing to be part of the top 4. Why? Because there were huge financial rewards. Appearance fee then was 120 million Ghana cedis, all cedis. Yet Tiani should be mad rush for tickets for games. Yeah. Play and honor man of the match awards are a day more. They are big time. Yeah. Now it was an exhibition for players to be a clubs to be assigning almost say coming season where your names are also mbeshe. But Otofo na egu about the bridge. You are not finding solutions to revive Otofo. You are thinking of regional minister because we the easy way out. We are not regional minister. No say a ball cap. Intifasi Cabra and Enfa organize it. Ejuma we man wo banti medjum no betima in simple. But
we Ghana League Clubs Association.
Also, the vision is to pursue the welfare issues of league clubs in Ghana and offer financial assistance.
It will go ministers cap. Uja league now.
But Adiama Uga Kanaji Udino, I am Otofo. I didn't know some lucky ideas. There's no harm in seeking for
organizers.
No, they should just seek for ideas from people on how to revive a more top 4 rather than saying you can see about top 4. You see, the problem of Ghana football is xenophobia where you give them more match. They claim and I said the spectacle and they say you almost are astute football administrators, but most of them any a clue on how to sustain the business of football. How to make profit for clubs or football. But we see a body. Now you stand for the welfare of clubs to offer financial assistance to clubs. How many times and you have to say clubs suffer? Yenti se bimu ko high buses editu kwa. Yeah. Yenti se bimu ntio mu coaches ka. Yeah. Yenti se players be proud clubs be a clubs no crown show mo ntene mo career no. Almost ended. Yeah. What has been the offer of that assistance to the clubs? So, Mr. Man, don't derail. Just stay on track. Kofa wa mission where vision of Ghana. The kind okay. Now we corporate Ghana. Marketing brains. No more on how to revive our top 4. Because I know that you competition. But President Capo they easy. So man penyin e bon hoka ye be stadium ni free but you can say work of sponsorship be ya dia e be account me.
Yeah.
So please, the new administration of GACA, they can do better. Sans and symbol ye mpese ye better be. Clubs ni here mo. This time e be more pictures in ye mo so mo share the welfare e all inclusive. Until we go back to my vision and what GACA na nkasa is standing for. And my mom may cosmetic idea be MSA airwaves no. Mon project idea ye piamwa. We have every cause to push that agenda. What you feel say a back to the larger picture will be a benefit. But to say cap don't there. A man or had a WhatsApp group will make over more bantam shares. He go move reason and also change them. So you should be serious. No disrespect to anybody there.
Sure.
But we are just bringing them on track. Say no almost said no.
So Mokoye ministers
not top for no but to be a football be our Ghana be him say there was a timer not company kesiepa an international brand and a sponsor top 4.
Yeah.
But before you start to play Mpono, near more participation as a preparation fee, which was then 120 million in 2004. Fako prepare nebobo, Kim Faisal Liberty Asante Kotokone House of Folk Neboye. Man of the match Mekai, the late Michael said near man ghetto blaster. So what is near Upejachre? Near ma Koka Krakabi, ma product be brave. Why don't you sit down, brainstorm, and go back to that era rather than thinking of regional ministers?
Mate GACA empeni for say moba on track na mo call duty no mo behwe na mo ka ho asema na medas Stephen Boadi and watene kan me be bon come from India ana no pay me ne Rafik Aminu e be bon come na e o sere nuema siko or Churchill Brothers omu etim ewo Churchill Brothers ewo you can say India jury on abeka say Churchill ni nyina obechi mama Rafik mama mana kwaba super hot super hot Mema good morning and I'm a can India kasem super hot abimune pragama daro ya ne babon komo na ye din komo kakra say off season de wa wani tua ye babon komo ewo liga obo and said India soon come ACTA because you're willing to hear a lot from India League, you know. Now we are the Toto Yamwakaba say Bibiaboko
Mejomuso. First of all, Madam Wasi for having me here and listeners Nina. Now the journey so far it hasn't been easy. Said here every footballer journey sit here. So fast forward there, India may call like during a half season. Into the second part of the season very, very like competitive because now team now they were like fighting to win the league. So it wasn't the time to like have it easy. Into me joining, you know, now there were a lot of challenges, but the standard maybe Biano, it was okay. Yeah.
Well, a striker Edima team no Edino ye
Churchill Brothers.
The
team president Dino.
No. Okay. Striker no emze unya 12 matches. Enya 2 goals, emma 2 assists. Yellow card on 10 into baku pena onya that's discipline was from Oh, that's good. Yenin komo India League, you know, it is say.
Honestly, before India, starting my career in Eastern Europe, Georgia, I had no idea about Asia. But even before India, I played in Iraq.
So Iraq, to the fair from India.
So starting from Georgia, I want to establish me. I want to start my career. Until I had a very good season and I signing for one of the top clubs in Georgia. So after 3 to 4 years, I free Georgia and I by Iraq. So to my surprise, because I was switching from Europe to Asia, now me expect say me who in terms of level standard of the stadiums, but not equal to Europe. Even better than some European countries.
Wow.
So from there to India, same. Because before going to India, no, I already had the idea of Asian football. And almost time be almost try we say born be call him every season be even though say I spent a short time in India, but mission and
league, you know, it is a more day compared to baby our boba kopim hono India league. Okay, a more day tempo no so. Yeah, Asia, no, sometimes we underrate the level, but a more day. And they invest. Okay. They have a lot of foreign coaches and foreign like top players. Yeah, into level also. Okay. Yeah, also. India League, can't want some a lot of people are underrating India, say can't football there as an Indian count because Teteno na ne tis anu mbobo so mo ne Ghana bi share mo mo share 99 za what TV uti obi tio a perception say India dey mobo no o de o ma ni o like ni pana nyoma pa be na be kan fa India ho. Okay. Concerning omo grassroots ba be si omo league no so. Okay, first of all, I mean generalizing the crowd before say by India. Yeah. Your perception be say some countries ball level of form and yes and it okay oko draw obe say e be cry one here Wontumi mbo into coming to India no so sanity. Oh, okay. Yeah, said the tempo ni no onye like to a certain level you can't play. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Capo mo se mi bisa I me say o kan nyina no Georgia to Asia yes but person can be busane kakra say you have no bobo pen Ghana soil fana o start free or Ghana ana kruma club who ban ho before Capo no be ko ni decision okay, to be honest man shut down bo Ghana bebre so okay nti me start or War Rockets. Okay. From War Rockets now. The highlight of War Rockets crowd like FA Cup semi-finals against Bechim that same season. Okay. And season now Bechim ball final.
That was my debut like football like career. Wow. Until the next season now me ball Wasunta. Until from then I travel call Georgia for trials. Okay. Ayane wo me. Kumasi Hifane. Town be na. Yeah, we was Sawaba. Yeah, before
Sawaba boys ni. Yes. Ghana area wo free no. Yeah. Also me na boys. Ti coast you imagine ba no Sawaba mobobo fichire kaka ni ade kubo lower tier ni bi so ha me bo coast AC Milan was pedot. Okay. Na mala do on the time omo oni esa coach. Yeah, so na me bo. Oh, okay. We shall say if you now we striker na they shall say if you wanna
me started as striker, but not yet I shift to me core wings because of the pace and dribbling. But I'm very comfortable center forward.
Wow. Okay. Iti wa suntane wa Rocket mono abobo ni baby awakwa be. Yeah. Now playmate ne hwan mo na sisi ano.
Oh, mini baby Abu Ishau. Obebo Hasselfolk. Currently Kotoko Asante Kotoko midfielder we Chi Dramina. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And Francis Yaga also ball outside. Dennis Votter. Nice goalkeeper. Yeah. And Alonso and Frimpong, a whole lot.
That's all your homeboy. That's all your homeboy. Homeboy pa. But now person Bushane say now Georgia and Como kakra baba issue no so quick. But Georgia no adaptation the whole born it say because in recent times you won't come first was say my page by European football. They no more the right. They so pan convince us Georgia will be the right place for you.
Okay, from the beginning I didn't have much knowledge about Georgia. Until every young like coming player would dream this of a boy Europe. Until I didn't care which country it was. Just I wanted to travel to Europe. Yeah. So when I had the invitation, I was happy. Until me could drew honum no. There are a lot of factors in play. I wish I knew, because even the weather is a factor. Traveling there during winter, it was a challenge, but you know we pushed through because prepare your home that I na easy sir, but I did my best.
The club been born in Georgia.
Me started with Shavaden FC, League 2.
Shavaden.
Yeah, I played just 9 games. And I scored 7 goals.
Wow.
And one of the top clubs, FC Sabotalo, signed me, and from there I went to FC Samgrali. So that was the last club I played in Georgia.
Oh, Kasano make a statement to be said you were eager to move to Europe. You were eager to move to Europe. You know, when a Ghanaian players Europe, they say Europe crumple baby crumple you cry about because you know what is wrong.
I wouldn't want to say anything to tarnish the image of Ghana football, but honestly that time I felt then lucrative enough for me.
Yeah.
And the friends I had at that time also were against me playing in Europe. So that influence I just wanted to start in abroad or somewhere. That was the reason.
Okay, from Georgia and Komono, Edekono, now parent I was a Wutukanako.
Yeah.
Now feeling it to say who could do ya from say mama, my baby drew. Europe, Abusian phone in a show, not feeling it to say.
Oh, now the feeling was great. Actually, my papa na mini didn't come up. Itina say he was skeptical about it. No, you sure. We sure say when your invitation for trials, and he was doubting. But me free her. And me call Ethiopia and me call Jamie Visa. So now I was like keeping in touch, giving them updates until I got to Georgia, and I finally told them say me do Georgia.
Wow.
Na maybe so. On say mo nuano mo.
Yeah.
Mo do say.
Yeah, 5.
What na to say?
Third born. I'm the third born.
Ana nko aso no afa ball.
Me nko ana afa ball.
Wow.
Enti ye betimi aka say oye adwuma way for busuane so be you ma free baby di o ma si be eto de bia you know say players a hold on na hyase ne nye.
Yeah.
You know obi tinchen a nipa ne person ye inspired by our story. Kwan a ofa so drew baby a now what drew. I've spoken to a lot of players say because even in the same room no mo mama mo na che dan back.
Yeah.
But the nay e bia nyame adumunti because of ball. You omo nyina de o ma free. I don't know how your story was in that way affecting Wabusian. That is where I perceive you. So now if you say and after say o sign a contract in the coin, if you idea.
Okay. Okay. Honestly, fear shedding yet to like Aisa. At least we were okay.
Yeah.
Because now my papa he was more focused on education because at that time, you know, we are percent about school in Sadia. Internet like na enye ebia man say or the ebe school in Sadia. Yeah, until we were okay. We were okay. So so yeah, afterwards also it's because I wouldn't want to say anything.
Yeah, it was as another Socrata over slow. Now from Georgia to Asia, then a prompted move to Iraq. Iraq didn't say Capo, a bomb.
Yes,
a possible boom. So what convinced you? And the reality on grounds with Iraq on them know as a footballer no life, let us say.
Okay, the all can no credit. Minya we offer no na me sheda nya sure because Asia and Iraq said they kind about the wars near the so I had to do some background check-ins and I made some investigations with them. So it's okay. So I contacted some few players from Ghana also, and they told me and yeah said they're meeting or from him and a club no so no or more AFC semi-finals.
A club no.
Al Karaba FC. Nti eno kahuna because na AFC semi-finals is big, so I have to join.
Nti hono na music asem te saying like what to Ghana.
Yeah. So far, me to make say honor top like career. Yeah.
Iraq na yes baby. Timo bobo intimi kan chem se munya bona bombo ba.
Dabi. And this why I won't feel it. The only thing is say obehu say military men around we are not used to that settings, no. But the military men are around all the time. Obehu say amoka wa soldiers wa, but nothing is going on.
Tell more accept o saying obobo no area dimbe na nickname be na mo de ma ho. How was it feeling like?
Because I celebrate like Ronaldo, so sometimes they call me Ciro or Roro. But me buy no more time to adjust.
It only how many years?
Me bought just 6 months.
6 months na India contract in the buy.
Yeah.
Okay, now to India. Boy India nkomo league need to say is it competitive?
Very, very competitive.
Well, so that's what is our story in the 99 one even.
Yeah. David.
I said Ghana for some
Ghana there. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Yeah.
So run us through the league quickly. A whole league in Nkomo to say Sikasem to say and or more accepting football because we didn't say cricket pan or or more acceptance to football again.
Cricket is still the number one sport there. But football also no, they are like pushing it. They are making efforts.
Good.
So set almost settings now. Obehu say the football is also like growing, and very soon any like a match up. Yeah.
Mamuni Boba. When your opportunity am here for any of the national teams of Ghana?
No.
Obi Ankran town phone him.
No. Who's a man shedan ball
India for Afro.
Many some people akasa.
Oh, okay.
Ghana and India and Kabama.
Oh.
And I'm the only undecided. Okay.
Capo.
We are many times say we decide they say Ghana for Bana, India for Bana.
But patriotism, Ghana is always in my heart.
Yeah, no crap. Now as you say, office be a started by say internet no so be a show to atnani at the India. Office be back from Europe now.
Yeah, also, and the highlight of the season was Yerini I-League. No?
Okay.
Yeah, into 1 or 2 agents have spoken to me.
Okay.
And we are still on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are still on.
Goals, minimum striker there, and we are the back of Bia the access, so say, on 10 or 2 on be the value to target for next season, you're saying.
Actually, me Luki said next season me best season so far. I'm looking at say goal involvement, higher than like my previous seasons now. Mabono.
Yeah. They say what by Kase. Rafik Amino Kotokone has my say is almost almost found anchor ujina ni mwa omienu wana nka obebo kumase ne nkran ka obekọ
put me tight corner pa o ti so ha
yeah they will be okay good I'm ready to sorry so na fear communim say assembly abese o kandema o fans ne obia Sharaki asa fan goes no to pace pa o short to the elbow be o me hwe media wudi ne beso ani na coaches no etimi afro minim de obeka ama of fans ne o last week or am I no pay
yo mesa damas like for having me here and like just thank God. And I didn't know say like I had people following me until I appreciate everyone's support and I would like to thank them all.
Champion striker
yo
you say that me adoma next season you say off season baby be share name say na me aboa na bibia nso aye na ukọ wanim kama na yet won't care pa of Black Stars right
all right
Rafik Amino and you know abon common you better ask no aggressive program no Ediama from India. Still now say 99 one in India.
No. It never happened.
So hey, Grover, so wow, good. We are asking you why. Well, we want some no tea. Yenye na fi mo mame you can say mpanimfo na mensa na wo nto aso emfiri abra ye ne Rafik ewie na ehwesere nuama ensom ebesi afa ade akomene Dr. Amuzu behia na fi the pennies doctor ya bon komo na no pay